All right, welcome back to another Hangouts for this Friday night, July 20th, 2018. It's the After Private Chat show. Hopefully we'll have a few guests join in. I sent a couple invitations for Tim and Steve. Check your inboxes if you're out there. And this is just a random chat for this evening. Yeah, we just finished up an hour show for the PayPal and Patreon supporters. Thank you. If you wish to join us, the private chats, you can do so through PayPal or Patreon to help make all this stuff work, as it were. So what's going on, guys? Hope everyone had a good week. Just checking here, the links. Okay. All right. Tim is in the house after a long day.
What's happening, brother?
Doing good, doing good. Had a good day today.
Awesome.
We have Noah. Noah, maybe one night we'll do like a kids show, assuming that the kids get parents' permission. Maybe we can do that, Noah. I normally do these for adults, but maybe one night I'll figure something out and we'll do something for the kids. Maybe there's a need for that, Tim. I don't know.
I think there would be.
Yeah.
I think, one of the things that I think we need to be sensitive of if we have kids on, this from my perspective and probably maybe yours as well as a parent is, we want to make sure that we're transparent with the kids that their parents should be involved in anything that they do with us. It needs to be family friendly. And we also need to be sensitive because you know what? Some kids need to make sure that they're in bed at a reasonable time and they're not up until 1, 2 in the morning like you are at times, TOS. So,
right.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to have like a 15 and under type of using Linux.
Yeah.
What do you like?
I think weekends are good because, of course, summertime they're usually not in school unless summer school.
Yep.
But even if they were, there's no school on the weekends usually. So if we would do that, then that's possibility. I don't know. Maybe kids ask your parents and then have your parents email me to confirm it. I don't know how else to do it.
That would be the only way to, yeah.
Right, and we'll do that. So maybe Noah, maybe that's the best way to do it. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind doing it. A kid show. We'll talk about whatever kids talk about nowadays. Yu-Gi-Oh, Metalord, Steven, Robert, welcome. But yeah, maybe a kids show is talk about technology, what they think about all this stuff. Maybe something interesting, and I'm cool with that. I mean, kids know it all anyway, sort of, right? Yeah, Noah, do you use Linux? I don't know if we asked you that last time. No. Switch to Linux is in the house. I guess Switch, you finished your live stream. Yeah, give me a second, Switch, and I'll send you a link. So this is the After Private Chat show. We talked about building the perfect Android phone. I'll give you a teaser. Today it's impossible because we don't have the technology for my version of a perfect phone. We can do the rest, but anyway, you'll have to catch that next week or so. For those of you who support the channel, it's on the private chat link. Okay. All right, Switch, give me a second here.
What distribution do you use, Noah? Hi, Heather.
Grab the right link. Okay. All right, Switch, there you go.
Noah uses Ubuntu Studio. Good for you, buddy.
Wow. Of all the distros. Cool. All right, nice. All right, the link has been sent. All right, very good. Again, welcome to this live Total OS Today live stream, the Thank TOS. It's Friday. TOS is short for Total OS. I am a dual booter. I use primarily Ubuntu Mate. There are other good ones out there, Linux Mint for beginners, Peppermint, and so on. I dual boot usually between Ubuntu Mate and Windows 10. That's what I like to do, But best way of testing Linux is a spare machine, hands down. I recommend the Lenovo's ThinkPads or a Lenovo desktop. Don't spend more than $250 tops. Just make sure it has at least 4 gigs of RAM, and you can test any Linux out there. Should be fine. I've had good luck.
I got now is
nice.
Running really nice.
HP is good too. Yeah, I've just had good luck with multiple ThinkPads, and they're like beasts. They just keep going, like the Energizer Bunny, going and going. Even the one that has less than a gig of RAM, I was able to live stream. Not recommended, but I was able to do it.
Yeah,
ThinkPad. There's just something about the ThinkPads. Yeah. Steven Anderson says you got Mint installed. Cinnamon. Okay. Oh no! Black screen of death. Oh no!
They're. Oh boy. Steven Anderson, what are you trying? What type of machine are you trying to install it on? I have heard that they're recently. Oh man, I wish I could remember where, but I've heard recently that there are some issues with Linux Mint doing a fresh install. Linux Mint 19, I'm guessing, doing a fresh install onto some Dell, I believe, hardware, which it seems kind of strange because Dell is actually approved hardware, whatever you want to call it, by Ubuntu. So you would think logically that Mint would work on it, but I believe it was Dell machines that were having issues.
Rupee C. Hi. Do you have any idea why YouTube video full screen does not work when signing into Google Habits in Linux and Windows on Edge and Firefox? I would try Chrome. I've noticed in general, the least amount of headaches is with Chrome for whatever reason. Try downloading Chrome, see if that works. Now, one thing about full screen and watching this in HD, if your computer can't keep up, it'll freeze. So that may be a I don't know what your specs are, Rupee. But if you have high enough specs, like a newer machine, try downloading Chrome. I bet you will not have a problem. Yeah, I've tried Chrome, Chromium, Fire. For some reason, I always go back to Chrome. It just has the least amount of issues. Vivaldi is okay, Opera. But Rupee, for some reason, Chrome and YouTube, Hangouts, they just match. Hi, Tim. Hi,
Tom.
Not Tim, I said Tom. Yeah. Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, so try that, Rupee, yeah.
Before we get too far away from Steven Anderson's question, we kind of have the resident Mint expert in the house right now. That'd be Tom from Switch to Linux. Mm-hmm. Tom, Steve Anderson, this said he installed and updated Mint and he restarted it, Mint Cinnamon. And when it started back up, black screen, and it will not reboot. You heard of that?
I think he's not hearing us.
Okay. Yeah. I had to move my volumes around.
Okay.
All right, we're good. How's it going?
Good.
Hi, Tom.
Good. Yeah, I had to get rid of the echo. I'm sure you were hearing the echo when it first came
What
on.
Echo? What are you talking about?
Where are you going?
Ding. Meatballs, mate.
Hey, Switch.
Yep.
We have a question from Steven Anderson in the chat. He installed Mint Cinnamon, I'm guessing 19. He did his updates and then restart. And when he comes back up, he's got a black screen and it won't reboot.
Is that
have you heard
drivers?
He did it. It looks like he's got an AMD APU. It's a computer at 8 gig of DDR4 AMD 2200G APU.
So, okay. So that's going to happen. The integrated
Ruby, did you install proprietary drivers or not? I bet you that might be it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's see.
We have another comment in chat. NVXWAX. They've read that Mint is uploading new ISO images this week to fix a grub issue. That could be doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one issue, I mean, I know that black screen issue would come up on NVIDIA stuff. So there is actually a fix for that. If you boot the computer with the shift menu, you get grub, and there should be an option there for running it with the NVIDIA drivers. But
the integrated graphics stuff, you shouldn't have any issue with. Conceivably, you shouldn't have an issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm wondering if I should try booting it on a live key over here, because I actually have an AMD APU on the other computer.
Daniel, are you running Chrome?
Mr. Kovacs is in the house.
Yep.
Can't get his link to work. Merry Melodies fan. We have not seen you for a while. Hope you're well.
I'll send the link again, Daniel, but try it in Chrome. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, there you go. Okay. Mint 19 Dell Precision.
Last I had heard, there was some problems with Mint installing on some Dell hardware. That was within the last few days. I can't remember where I found it.
I'm wondering if some of this has to do with the Ubuntu 18 core, because there's a few distributions on Ubuntu 18 core that seems to have a problem with a few different things.
Ubuntu proper being the first one.
Yeah, that being true.
Yeah. I've the last few days I've been on 16.04.4, and things have never run better on this particular machine.
I think Ubuntu 16 is still the place to be.
Yep.
Yeah, I would think so. Daniel, using Chromium, just use Chrome. I've had issues with Chromium lately. I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel like solving puzzles, so I just go into Chrome, and it seems to work. So for whatever reason, but try that, Daniel. Yeah. Stephen Anderson builds your own machines with Windows. Okay. Good. Yeah, we just finished up a private chat for those of you joining in late, and we talked about the perfect Android phone. I don't think it exists. We talked about it, but I will release that video probably in about a week or so. Then you can chime in on your opinions. But it's kind of annoying in 2018. Still don't have the or close to the perfect Android phone, it would seem. But I don't know. Could it be the slow boot kernel issue? I don't know. I don't know. I did see, Tim, he sent me, I did see that where someone, here it is, 2 weeks with Ubuntu Linux on a Dell XPS 13. I did see the article. It makes sense. He got tired of his machine updating at the most inopportune time.
Yeah, this poor journalist was doing a 350 gig.
Yeah.
335 or 350 gig file transfer. And Windows puked on him to run out and do the updates. He got sick and tired of it. And he had experience with Linux from years past. And he kind of said, the heck with it, and grabbed Linux Mint. He couldn't get it Linux Mint to boot on his XPS laptop. So he grabbed Ubuntu 18.04, booted into it, spent a couple of weeks on it, and said, this is where I'm going to stay. with the exception of I can't remember what the article said, a couple of activities, like 2 separate activities that he needed Windows to do, and one of them I think was gaming, and the other one I think had something to do with audio production of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read that this afternoon when I was on lunch.
Yep. Yeah. And this guy is when I had sent the article to TOS, it was kind of like, I started reading the article on OMG Ubuntu, and I see that it was a guy from Forbes, of all places. And it's like, that's kind of cool, because a guy from Forbes putting an article out is probably going to get more notoriety than an article on someplace like, oh my God, OMG Ubuntu in the mainstream world. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I did read it, and I think there was some, like, even if he had the patience for the reboot, then the updates just kind of like, enough. It just takes too long. Rupee says go into Chrome, cured it. Yeah, I don't know why. Chromium, for some reason, there's something missing, and I at this point, with with the stuff I do in the time and over 2,000 videos, I don't want to solve puzzles. I just don't. Usually not. Now, if I know exactly what the problem is, and I will fix it. But if I don't, I'm just going to install something else. It's just faster that way. It just is. So.
Yeah, I'm actually I use Chromium for this. I don't have a problem. But
okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Mark Yates, welcome. You're trying to get away from PayPal. Okay. Mark, thank you. I got the Patreon email. Thank you, Mark. Somebody mentioned, there was something about LibrePay. They lost something or having issues or something. Switch. Did you see that?
I did not. No.
Yeah, do a search for LibrePay. Something's going on. I don't use it.
Was it like an outage or something?
No, maybe Google it real quick.
Okay, I got the.
Hey. What's up, Daniel?
How's it going, Daniel?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sound good?
Hey, Daniel.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Daniel, we finished up the private chat. Check your email. That link, that video should be up if you want to catch it later or whatever. We finished up at 10:30. We started at 9:30, finished up at 10:30.
I tried to actually get a hold of your page from 9:15 on out, and it just would not pop on my end that you were live.
Wow. Okay. Sorry about that.
Either in Chromium or WaterFox.
Yeah, just when in doubt, Chrome. Just,
Well, all I had to do is put in the new link, and it all activated the way it should.
Okay, good. Okay.
I think links expire after time goes by.
I don't know.
The only browser I've had consistent good luck in across the board is Vivaldi. I don't know if I will ever use anything ever again.
I like it. It seems fast. Yeah. Opera seems fast. But for some reason, when in doubt, I always go back to Chrome.
Well, you're a nice shiny guy. The Chrome fits.
But yeah, I use some Armorall, a little wax, I use that in lieu of makeup, and it gives me a nice glow,
We thought that was a half a bottle of wine you had before the show.
It's my secret. Don't.
that usually gives them a pretty good glow too.
It's his grape juice.
Yeah, grape juice and wine. That's my secret. Actually, lots of fluids. Gatorade. This is not sponsored by Gatorade, but I'm still.
Are you drinking the green stuff?
No, this is the orange.
I like the strawberry.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Gatorade taste I don't like, but
the green just don't agree with me. I can't get past it.
Okay.
That's like drinking green monsters. They taste awful too. From energy drinks.
Yeah. Man, they'll wake you up. They will wake a quick buzz.
But the green ones have the worst taste.
Really? Okay. All right. Let me check random news again. This is thank TOS. It's Friday. People joining in late. Random topics. This is the after private show. So feel free to ask a question, and we'll see if we can answer it for this evening.
You've been on for a while.
Yeah, I jumped on at 9:30 by myself because nobody else could come on. They were late.
It was a technical issue because I was checking if Switch was ending his show, and nothing came across. We had other people on Switch's show that also couldn't get in.
Yeah, I actually asked about when was it? I mean, it was
about 9:45.
That's weird because Tim got in. And Steve got in without a problem.
No problem.
It's got to be them darn ISP people.
Maybe next time I'll post the link and the invite link. I'll do two. I'll do both. See if that'll work. I don't know. But the permanent link, obviously this one. And maybe next time I'll do both. Hopefully one of those will work. Sorry about that.
When I go to my YouTube home page that has all my subscribers down the side, I can click on you and it loads your page.
Okay.
But it should show you live if you're live, but it doesn't. It just shows the last show you did until I finally got through and it showed it live.
Okay.
Time.
I'll post the actual
it's a hiccup somewhere in the internet.
Yeah, I'll post the actual Hangouts link. We'll just do that, and that should work. I would hope, but maybe I'll just do that next time as an experiment. But yeah, I was on about 15 minutes by myself. I said what I had to say. Then Tim and Steve jumped on. I just kind of did like a repeat after the first part of it.
I'm wondering, I mean, I think YouTube's just totally screwing with some channels. Like my viewer count is so low over the last couple of weeks. It is shockingly low. It's weird.
Well, what is yours returning? I'm getting, like tonight, I got anywhere between 55 and 65. It was oscillating back and forth.
For what?
For viewer count.
Yeah, I think I saw 54, which is funny because I usually have like 80 or 90 on that show.
Oh.
I said, I mean, I don't know what it is, but
it's Friday night. The kids are out having fun.
You know, maybe, but like I said, my counts are super low.
Hey, TOS. Looks like Mark Yates says, I see what's up with Libra Pay. I asked him if he had a link. I'll see if he has a link. If he does,
yeah, go ahead, Mark. Let me make you moderator.
I'd like to see that. Like, I have a Libra Pay account, but I haven't really advertised it much because I'm not completely sure I want to trust it yet. The biggest problem for me is you have to go through this French bank, and there's a big, like, it would cost me a flat, I think, $3 or $4 just to transfer money out. And it's just like, you know, it's a small donation thing. I mean, you know that you're not getting that many donations, you know?
Yeah, I know nothing about, it sounds good from there. I know nothing about them.
There were a lot of other problems. Like, you can't upload your own image. You have to use some third-party Gravatar type system to use your images. I'm not, or link some of your other accounts. I'm like, I'm not linking this crap. This is garbage, you know?
Mark, now you can post a link that I made you temporary moderator. That allows you to post a link if you want to do that. It's fine. Do I need your email? No, I don't think I do. No,
you're already on, Mark.
He's showing up.
He's pasted in.
Yeah.
It's Lincoln.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mark.
I see it.
Okay.
I ain't about to run out and open a Libra Pay account. I have too many accounts. And
it was the payment processor, Mango Pay. Now I'm hungry.
Pay.
Man.
It got mangled.
Yeah, but no, I, you know what? For better or for worse, I stick what works. I've used PayPal over the years, never had an issue. Some people have had some issues on Patreon, and I have those too. You know, because
the PayPal works great for me, and I can slip you guys extra bucks as I get them in the door that way.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think like I had a lengthy conversation last night off the cameras with TechLore, and I think what I might do is just close down the LibrePay account and just do a Bitcoin wallet and a Monero wallet, because that you have a lot more control here. I mean, and I think I trust those more than LibrePay. So I might just do that, just dropping.
I dropped out of the whole cryptocurrency thing because it was too much of a hassle, and the government tax regulations on it are extremely ridiculous. They tax currencies both going in and out, both ways.
Colin's in the house.
Well, Colin, let me send you a link, my Australian friend.
We're slowly straggling in.
Yeah, I'll have to look up those regulations before I decide to do that. So, but yeah, I mean, I can hear that being a problem.
Yeah, there is heavy tax implications with that.
Colin, send me an email again. I thought I had it saved at totalof31@gmail.com. Sorry, bud. More Facebook news, how they're stepping in it. Some of you may have seen it last week. I guess they're not eliminating Facebook news because it doesn't violate their standards, but they will demote it.
Yeah.
So I said, really? Well, in that case, I said Facebook is based in Bangladesh and it's run by 500 to 600 llamas. It makes as much sense as anything else.
Hey, you know.
So they'll demote that comment. Ooh, that really hurts right here.
It's a real knife in the heart.
So stupid, you know. Let me look at the article, why Facebook is stepping in it. The social network can defend hateful ideas on its platform and can purge them. Keeps blundering because it doesn't want to do either. You know, I'm all for free speech. You know, I don't want anybody to be denied what they have to say, but we're human. And when your speech dehumanizes us, that's where I think you have to draw the line, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that. I know it's a fine line, and I get all that. When people say and do things that makes us less human, that's got to stop.
Yeah, I delete those comments and usually ban them. Like, I don't mind if someone disagrees with me on a comment, but man, don't be a jerk about it. I mean, you can write me a big old book. If it's a big old book, you just waste your time. Click delete, you know.
You know, there's enough hatred in the world. The hatred we have in the world is quite sufficient. Do you really want to add to it? I mean, really. I'm not talking about disagreeing or a rant and getting right to the point. That's fine, because maybe we can all learn from that rant if it's something that we missed, and that's cool with that. When you start calling people names or because they're left or right, or stop it. We're human.
Yeah, it's getting bad these days. I mean, yeah, there is no point for it. You know, it makes the person maybe saying it feeling good at the time, but
you know, and we had talked about this, and this is one of the reasons why YouTube has had issues enforcing their own guidelines. I was watching channels with, you know, lefties are no good, righties are no good, and how much are they making off this channel? Finally, YouTube said we got to stop that. The problem is everybody got to, well, almost everybody, you know. But hey, I get what they're trying to do. Hi, Colin.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. What's up?
The dude from down under.
Yeah.
From down under.
You come from the land down under.
Yeah. I got a treat for him. Here you go.
Vegemite. My favorite in the morning. Sensational, that stuff.
Yeah, I should have some snacks here somewhere. I don't know.
The only thing that really kills the taste of that stuff is you got to back it up with some moonshine.
I was going to say acid on the tongue, but I guess that's close.
Moonshine. I think I almost killed myself on that stuff once.
You can tell it's good when it blinds you for a half hour.
It's great for stripping paint off a wall too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all it's good for.
I'm not sure where Daniel is, but there's a couple of states in the U.S., Colin, that sell an alcohol called Everclear.
Yes,
and
I've heard it.
And it's 100. I think it's 195 proof.
How appropriate! It'll clear you out.
It's legalized moonshine.
It might be 190 because, to my knowledge, you cannot get alcohol purer than that without chemical extraction.
Yeah, correct. It's one.
Was that?
Wow.
It is 190. It is 190.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that you can drink a thimbleful and you cannot take a breath, and you cannot take in a breath through your mouth.
Man, you're supposed to dilute it with some Coke or some orange juice or something.
My brother switched to Everclear when they stopped selling Bacardi 151, which was his favorite.
Oh.
Just the name Everclear in a liquor store is just says it all, doesn't it?
Peter Brown says, I think Minnesota sells it. They do not, Peter. I believe you have to go to North Dakota.
Everclear. That sounds like a very strong car wax or something.
Well, it will make sure that your throat is ever clear.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael Lindorf. Welcome. Makes a great flaming shot.
Yes.
You can start your car on it,
Michael. Yeah.
You mow your grass with it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it cleans your injectors in your car, doesn't it?
So how is everyone anyway? What are we discussing today anyway?
We were it's a random chat night. This is the after private chat show for the people who joined in, or my assistants. I call them my assistants who assist me on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you. So I do a perk for them, a reward, as it were, for them who donate. Okay. I didn't know what else to do. Somebody suggested that, and then post a video like a week later to the public, kind of like what Lunduk is doing. I guess that's fair. And if it's not, if somebody else has another idea, I'm all for it. But I wanted to do. Some people said, "No, I mean, just keep doing what you're doing," but I just felt the need to do something, and that seems to be the best fair way to do it.
I do bi-weekly updates, which, by the way, I think Daniel's on my Patreon. Okay. I recorded one yesterday. I forgot to post it.
Yeah. So for those, when I'm scheduled to do a private chat, I'll usually send an email. Patreon is easy. I just one click and PayPal. I got to go to each one, but that's okay. Some of you prefer PayPal, and that's fine. I'll just send out an email that way.
I want to give a donation to Destination Linux, but they don't have PayPal, so I don't.
It's strange. I don't know why.
Yeah. And I think Rocco's working on it. I think, but
okay.
You get to the limit where you just don't want to open up any more accounts and create any more new passwords or none of that junk.
I literally have, this thing with AdSense broken really was a pain in my Italian cannolis. I literally have shut up. I literally have a black book of because it got so bad. I'm like, of all the other work I got to do, now I got to worry about Patreon, PayPal.
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
That's what LibreOffice is for.
Have one structure and make it easy for everybody and secure and whatever. I suppose it's not going to happen, is it? Because everyone thinks their structure's better than the other.
I would have to agree. But you know what? If this is the price I have to pay for YouTube to clean its act, so be it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so.
I'm just used to it because, being as that I'm a professional in this field as well, I'm just used to having all the different accounts. And so I just have a really good way to manage them. And that's the thing. So, but at the same time, I don't like having all the extras. Yeah, there you go. and you're not talking about the wine is not an emulator.
No, that'll drink me to drink other than wine. That'll force me to drink other than wine.
Everclear.
Or Everclear. Yeah, no, not the look, people. If you got to use a Windows piece of software, use Windows. Don't use Linux. Just don't. Okay.
Use Everclear. Get more than a wax. You'll have no paint left.
Yes. Yeah. And if you have toilet stains, just pour that in
there. Now, I really haven't had to use Windows for about a long time.
Cool.
I have a Windows 7 in a virtual machine because I need 2 pieces of software that are linked to Windows, and one of them's iTunes. I'm one of the oddballs that have an iPhone, but I'm not really entrenched in the whole Apple circle of things. I have a few apps, no games. If I had to ditch the phone in a heartbeat, I would. But I paid a lot of money for this phone because of the way Apple makes their phones with fixed RAM in them and fixed memory. So
see, this is the thing. I've done a couple of phones on VirtualBox, I think. Or have I? I think it only goes up to S4. I think maybe Tom would know. But then VirtualBox stopped supporting anything, I think, after S4, S5. So they make it extremely difficult because with VirtualBox, I mean, I've written multiple USBs through VirtualBox with my USB plugged into VirtualBox in Linux. And I've run Windows to create those USB because they have the best multiple USB apps. And created like 16 different ISOs on one USB stick, and you just start it up and select which ISO. I've sort of got a bit past that now, but I was doing all that in VirtualBox and it worked well. So there are many things you can do in VirtualBox under Windows, but iPhone just had that bit of a sticking point, I believe, after about S5, I think.
Yeah.
With iTunes and all that. So if you could do iTunes under VirtualBox with your phone, that would be, just about eliminate everything, wouldn't it?
Again, I have multiple machines when I got to use them, and I dual boot. I understand dual boot may not be the best way for beginners. Some things can go wrong, even though it's been a long, long time since I've had initial dual booting. But if I got to use something,
dual boot.
There you go.
I have like a pile of these things. I got them on sale.
He's got dual hard drives, right? Yeah.
No, I actually have a cabinet here that's about 30 inches high.
Holy crap.
It has 4 hot swap drives.
Nice. Wow.
And it'll hold 12 hard drives.
And a spot underneath of it for a bottle of Everclear.
It's an old Cosmos case.
Hey, I have a question for the folks that actually have the microphones hanging in front of them, Daniel and Switch. Anselm asked, what's a good mic that works with Linux?
Logitech works good. Believe it or not, this $20 mic with a USB adapter works.
This is a Blue Yeti mic. It's the same one BT uses.
My Yeti works really well too, this one here.
That is I thought about buying that actually, but then I thought, you know what, people like this, so yeah.
I'm using the Samson Meteor mic, and I like this one because it has the portability, being that I record outside as well.
Yeah,
I can plug this thing also into my cell phone and record with the microphone, and it has a very nice carry bag that comes with it.
Yeah, nice. Your mic's actually good, Tom, because I've seen you do a few videos outside, and it works really well outside as well, I must say. So
yeah, and you can always tell when I have the microphone and when I don't.
What is it? Samson?
Samson it's the Samson Meteorite.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Cool name. Samson and Yeti are like the two best USB.
I think you have a link below your YouTube picture in the comments underneath that shows where you got the stuff and where you can find it.
Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
So actually, TOS, speaking about dual booting, I've got a little HP there. I've been dual booting Windows 10 on that for the longest time. Now, it was an ex-computer that my daughter was using at school. They sold them off for $50. I bought it. That's been running Windows 10 for the longest time, and I've actually reinstalled a couple of different Linux distros. At the moment, it's running Peppermint 9.
Okay.
And I install it, and then it just picks up Windows 10 and in the menu, and it's still there. I've never had it. It's never booked at all. So I don't know.
I recommend if it's if it's a total noob, I supposed to be absolutely safe. Get a spare machine. Don't spend a lot. As long as it has 4 gigs of RAM, do that first. But if you can't afford it, dual booting is fine if you use what I call newbie-friendly installers, like the Ubuntu's or the Debian. Because it comes up normally. This machine has Windows 7 or whatever, 8, 10 on it. Do you want to install alongside, erase all, or something different? Now, in my stage, I usually use something different. Okay.
Yeah, so do I.
Not for newbies. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
But once you get used to it, that's probably the better way. And I think it does it. Yeah. It installs it faster. But when you click install alongside, it works 99% of the. Yeah. I don't install an alpha or a beta. Make sure it's a final release. It should work. That being said, have you backed up yet? Back up your stuff, regardless of what you use. You never know. Whatever, man. I use external hard drives.
Great with Linux. You can
it's all freaking good. Let me tell you. No, but the point is, you should be backing up regardless. After you're comfortable with that, dual boot, install it, and just in case something breaks. And nothing's perfect, but I haven't had any issues. You know.
Well, sometimes I think the best way on a desktop. So I've only got one desktop that I picked up for nothing. It's just a shell there, but. You know, the other desktop my son runs, you can put a whole heap of hard drives in there, you unplug them all, you leave one in there, you install what you want, then you unplug that, plug another one in, install what you want in that, you keep them separate, and then you can actually use the F8 key or whatever it is upon boot, and then it gives you the boot menu. You can choose which hard drive, once they're all plugged in, to boot to.
That's fine, but for newbies, just to keep it simple and
I think Tom mentioned that the other day on one of his either with.
If you want, say you're on a budget or whatever, I mean, right, well, that's fine too. Yeah.
I didn't like when I was dual booting when I was doing Windows 10 and Peppermint. Windows 10, whenever it had an update, would screw up the grub, and I would have to lose and run the boot fixer to fix that. Yeah. Well, Peppermint. Yeah.
Yeah, which means you would have run what is it? Oh, I can't remember.
Actually, it was Peppermint. When that was happening, I was on Peppermint 7.
Right.
At the time, and it would Windows would update and totally screw up grub. And I did have them on 2 separate hard drives too. They weren't on the same hard drive. So had I done that suggestion that you just said, there probably would have never been an issue because then Windows would have never messed with that grub.
Yeah. I normally use OS Prober, and that normally gets everything back anyway. OS Prober and then update grub, and then normally you get it back. As long as you can boot into Peppermint, though. That's the thing. If you can't boot into Peppermint, then you have to boot the live disk to sort it all out. So, you know, that's another issue again, which I've had to do in the past. But so that can be pretty complex, but it can be done. No problem. But I'll tell you what I have been messing around with last night and this morning is Arco Linux D.
Okay.
So I've been Arco Linux D actually. I've been installing it in VirtualBox, and it gives you just a terminal command, and then you run the scripts, and it installs it that way. So it's quite interesting. Okay. So, and it works you into installing Arch the Archway, which I've tried before. Failed miserably, TOS, with the Archway.
I have to.
I prefer to stay away from my arch enemies.
I tried the Arch FXCE, and I had it trashed in 2 days. And now when I run it in a virtual machine, I trashed it on the regular hard drive, and it wouldn't do nothing anymore. Wouldn't even boot. In the virtual machine, no, wait a minute. On the hard drive, I get nothing but 2 wallpapers and nothing to click or point at.
Right.
All the controls are gone.
Right.
You know, I might be a tinkerer, and I inherently am this curious, but if I had the choice of either installing a distro with a command line or going over in the kitchen and grabbing a fry pan and hitting myself repeatedly on the head, I'll pick the fry pan.
I have better luck with the Debian-based stuff.
I have better luck with the fry pan.
Debian's good for me. I mean,
I know the end result when I use the fry pan, for crying out loud.
I mean, there's really three main systems. There's Debian, there's Arch, and then there's Ubuntu, which is a tree of Debian.
Yeah, you can try Gentoo. That's the other one. That takes. I wouldn't
did that branch off from something?
Sorry?
Did the Gentoo branch off from something?
No, I think Gentoo is just Gentoo, isn't it, Tom? I'm not sure. I think it's. I thought it was just like Arch.
I think it's its own thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we have another fourth candidate.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Keegan the Tennessean has a tornado watch. Woohoo! Anyone else have a tornado watch?
Is that what they call tornadoes down south? There's a freaking woohoo coming. Look.
Keegan, I seen Keegan mention that he was happy to be home.
You know, a long time ago, a comedian was talking about hurricanes, how they name them after girls, like in Florida. And he says,
why is that, TOS?
No, nobody. I don't know, but the point he was getting at. I'm not going. This is a family channel. Because hell hath no fury like a woman. No, this comedian said. He says people don't pay attention because they name him after like common names like Hurricane Heather or Hurricane Irene. Oh, Irene's coming. Because let's say the newscaster comes on, Hurricane Irene's coming. People go, oh, Irene's coming. But what if they call the hurricane rip your ASS off? Oh my God, rip your ASS off is coming. But if you say Hurricane Irene, oh, Irene, you know, or Susan, rip my ASS off. Oh my God, that would work. Anyway,
yeah, it might get a bit of attention, TOS, I must say.
Yeah, or hurricane rip my cannolis off. Oh my God, take cover, you know. That would rip my Vegemite off is coming. Because that to rip off Vegemite, that would take a
Hey, Daniel,
some Vegemite on the street, and if it blows it off, that's a damn powerful hurricane.
I don't think you can blow Vegemite off, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm probably a category 5, probably. You know.
Hey, Dan, have you taken the seal off? You know, underneath the cap, have you taken the seal off the Vegemite?
Have you used it, Dan, or was that just for show? Oh no, it's open. It's open.
I've tried it since we opened it on Big Daddy's show. I've tried it a couple times. It's you got to put it on real thin. It's got some snake bite to it.
Put it up to the camera once.
Look at that good stuff.
Okay, can you see this stuff now?
Yeah.
Now it's talking. I got it.
Christ, you had it on the camera, and my camera blinked.
Yeah, and when you stick the knife in it, it stands straight up. It don't move.
Yeah,
it looks like a miniature bucket of tar.
Yeah, it is. It's like face cream or something.
It sticks the knife, and the knife melts.
It's war paint.
See, because you're not used to it, you're putting it up very thinly, right? For me, I don't really.
You know what? There is no seal or nothing in the cap.
Nah,
so that's a plastic top.
It'll last forever.
It tastes better when it's molded. Yes,
I got to put the cap back on. This stuff's starting to stink.
Let me tell you something. When the big red button is pushed, you know, you still be able to go to your Vegemite. You should be right.
Vegemite with a moonshine chaser.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You know what? That poor toilet won't have a chance. Won't have a chance. That if toilets could speak, and say, "Get off!"
You know, Tom's the one with the cooking channel. I think what we need to do, Tom, you know what you need to do? A series of videos. 101 recipes with Vegemite.
Well, he has a cooking channel.
No, wait.
I'm
101 uses for Vegemite.
Cooking with Vegemite.
Because I'm not sure I'd put that stuff in my body.
Well,
repair the blender, repair the pot, repair the fryer.
It does.
What I've read, the Aussies feed their children this stuff from when they're very young, and they treat it like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, but Aussies.
I would use to put new roofing tiles on the roof. Okay.
Yeah, but they and Aussies really don't like their kids that much.
Maybe it's multi-purpose stuff when you're going across the Australian countryside. If you get kicked by a kangaroo, you know, fix that. Snake
Vegemite does have a dual purpose. You eat it to mess up your toilet, and then you use it to clean your toilet. You know.
Can you slap that stuff on a snake? Can you slap that stuff on? Slap that stuff on a snake bite out in the outback?
Hatch your radiator.
Yeah.
I bet that it's one thing that will knock out Chuck Norris is Vegemite.
This Vegemite thing is not going to go away.
You probably do actually, Tim, because you put it on the snake bite and then it would make it more tasty as you're sucking the poison out, right?
Oh,
God.
With my luck, I get bit on the rear end. I'd smear that stuff on, and then there'd be no chance of somebody sucking the poison out.
You know, I bet we have two newbies watching. What the hell are they talking about? Gee, this is Linux? No, it's honey. Honey, did you hear this, honey? It's disgusting.
Oh, wait a sec.
Dual booting does to you.
Hey, wait a sec. Let's get back on. Let's get back on track.
It's dual boot.
Let's get back on track.
What?
Let's get back on track. Thank you, Mike.
Back on track. Go Ubuntu. Okay, well, let's get back to the Vegemite.
See what you people are missing in the private chats.
I haven't laughed this hard in a long time.
Yeah, that's included in this stream. It's free of charge.
It's the comedy hour.
Yeah, it's the comedy hour. Yeah,
a bunch of middle-aged tech geeks who run their heads against the computer screens 4 out of 7 days of the week. And then we take one night to get cracked up on this.
Linux is all encompassing between the Vegemite and the one-liners and the toilet and the. No, but it's appropriate because if this stream goes in the tank, you can talk about the toilet. You know, it's no. But.
Well, I have to bring up one point for Tom because my offsider at work, he was saying, and I didn't know that you could do this, but he actually cooks. I think it was chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And he rubs, is it chicken or pork or could be lamb? I don't know which one. He rubs it with Vegemite and he puts Vegemite all over it. Yeah. And then,
it's like paste.
No, it's like a water seal. You rub it on the chicken and then you run out in the yard and you bury it for 1,000 years. And then when somebody comes by 1,000 years from now and digs it up, they've got lunch.
It's like paste. It's just paste stuff.
Come on, TOS. Can we have a serious conversation here, TOS?
Yes, I'm going to my friend's stream. The heck with you guys. Forget about it.
But apparently he rubs it on there and he roasts it. And it's meant to give a really good taste. So I don't know. I've never tried that before.
Yeah, see, Michael has it right in chat. He says, "Get your brush from the shoe shine kid." That's exactly what yeah. And know what's great about it? Say you're waiting in line for your dinner, and they're busy, and you're waiting, and you're hungry. You could just wipe off your shoe and take a little snack.
I just ate a finger full of shoe polish.
I'd rather step in dog crap on the way to the restaurant.
Or you don't have a shoe. You eat something. You rub it on the bottom of your feet. And
that's just the new category for Tom's cooking channel. That's all. I just thought I would.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't have it.
I would probably do cooking with Scrapple before cooking with.
well, I don't know what Scrapple is, so you have to bring me up.
How fortunate. Okay, you know how to make sausage, right? Right.
Sorry?
That's how they make sausage, right? Yeah, they grind up pig parts, whatever else, you know.
Right.
Scrapple is the stuff that's too bad to go in the.
Exactly.
Okay. And then there's actually something worse. There is something out here called pudding. I'll have to go out and buy some pudding next time at the store so you can see how nasty this stuff is. This is the stuff that's too gross to go in the Scrapple. It literally looks like
like the gelatinous goo that comes off the drain out of the pig slaughterhouse.
Let me get this
head cheese.
So let me get this straight. When they're making hot dogs, the stuff that falls on the floor and goes through the drain, that's scrapple.
No. It falls out of the thing. It lands on top of the drain. They scrape that up. That's the scrapple.
And whatever goes down the drain. Oh,
yeah.
Now I have to say, talking on now that we're on food subject, for a long time, we always heard in movies, American movies, they used to reference peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, peanut butter and jelly, we used to think, who would put jelly on peanut butter in a sandwich, right? Now, jelly to us is the gelatin stuff that moves around. Now, I don't know, you put it in the fridge, you heat it up, and then you put it in the fridge.
Jello.
Jello. Now, that to us, that's
we're talking strawberry jam, jelly.
That's exactly right. It took us a long time to realize that it's actually jam, right? So,
peanut butter and Jello.
Peanut butter and jelly. No, that doesn't make any sense. But yes, it's jam. So we know that now.
Very good.
Well, I know that now. I can't talk from.
You Australians are a little slow, are you? No, just kidding.
We come from the outback, Tom. What do you?
If they put that crap called Vegemite in their mouth, they aren't the smartest species.
Vegemite is meant to be an extract from beer, right? So when they make beer, it's an extract.
If you eat too much of it, will you get a buzz?
Because it's a yeast extract. So when you make beer, it's sort of like a byproduct, I would say, of beer. So it's an extra. So it's actually got good qualities in it. So it's meant to be good for brain function. Yeah. If you read the jar, it probably says something about good for brain function. Right?
It says it's loaded full of vitamin B, meaning if you eat too much of it, you'll be up all night.
Is that why I can't sleep?
Yeah.
Vitamin B, huh? Yeah. Hello.
Vitamin B. I thought the sun gave you that anyway, vitamin B. Or was that D?
Ricky, you're muted.
I think it's vitamin D the sun gives you.
No, it's D, yeah.
Yes, it is D, yes. Yes. Byproduct is a loaded word. That's usually what happens in the toilet is a byproduct, but no.
That's the aftermath.
Hello.
Hello, Ricky.
Hello.
Greetings.
So is there anything new on the releases for Linux coming up on the horizon that anybody's
Vegemite OS is due
Linux Mint Debian edition is coming down the pipeline very soon.
Yep.
Linux Mint Debian, yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Point release
because that still ships with LibreOffice 4.
I would like, I reckon, I wouldn't mind betting that one day that somehow, do you think it's ever possible that Linux Mint could go completely LMDE? I don't know.
Nope, don't think so.
I don't know. Even the old Debian edition based on Jesse is very good.
Won't that kind of depend mostly upon Canonical's direction with Ubuntu? Wouldn't that be the biggest deciding factor?
Very much.
Yeah, they kind of want to have a backup plan for if Ubuntu goes crazy.
Well, here's an issue too. Everybody seems to be reporting separate problems with Ubuntu 18.04 type Ubuntu releases and the other distros that are using that kernel also.
Yep.
And I haven't really migrated to the Mint 19 because it's based on that kernel. And I've already tried it once on another drive, and I had issues with software, and I had issues with video, and one thing at a time, it would act really strange. And it's kind of the same thing that EB was having with his Peppermint.
And I was having that problem with 1804 based stuff. And you couldn't really nail your finger on one real particular item. It would be this, or it could be that. You do a reboot, and then you reboot back. You come back up, and there's something screwy.
Is it an NVIDIA issue? I believe because it seems to be anyone who's running NVIDIA is having the main problems.
Not for me. I have integrated graphics.
Not for me.
Okay.
I have a Radeon, ATI Radeon card.
Right. Okay.
That's what I have.
Well, I've got. What are the main issues? Can anyone bring up any specific issues? I mean, I'm running Intel on my Intel NUC, and I've never had any issues, so I don't know.
One of the issues I had was I would run an update, and the update could be anything. It didn't necessarily have to be a kernel update. I'd run an update, and the update would finish. I would do a reboot. I'd get back to my desktop, and the Windows controls weren't responsive. You know, I could go up on Ubuntu 18.04. I could go up on the top bar. I could grab the pull down for, say, a web browser or something and do quit, and it would respond. But the window controls did not work. The hot corner for the activities didn't work. Animation disappeared when you hit the activities button, bring up all your apps. The animation, you know, instead of the float in as such, it would just blink a couple of times and then boom, all the apps. To me, it just seemed like the distribution was confused on what you were asking it to do at one particular time, and it was really having a hard time understanding that and then responding to it. That's the best way I can put it.
Right.
And I had the same issue too with the Windows not behaving properly.
You had that too, Dan?
I experienced that too.
Yep.
What, just not opening it or
Well, you would click on them and they would delay and hang and, you know.
Right, okay.
And I got like I got the latest stuff you can buy in the store short of buying a 32 thread Threadripper or 32 core. Because I have the AMD or the Ryzen 7 3.7 gigahertz processor and the Asus motherboard to go with it.
Okay.
And it, I mean, I tried EB's truck driver game, American Truck Simulator. The processor doesn't even sweat running that game. It just leaves half of its cores unused.
Looks like we're all waiting for 0.1 then, eh? The 0.1 release should probably fix all those. And I think somebody said when we move to the next kernel update should be better. And I think it's 28 or something, I think it was. Or
yeah, 25 or 26 this came down.
Yeah, okay. So I think somebody said the 28 was better or something. I think, I'm not sure if the number's correct or not. But
and I think the point release is supposed to be, I think I saw that it's supposed to be by the end of the month. I think by next Friday.
Right. Okay. That sorts a few things.
We have to get back on food for a second. TOS is sticking something in his bio.
Oh, I know. What's he?
Well, what are you eating there?
Tell you. I have cheddar, jalapeno
dip.
Oh, that looks a little more delicious than Vegemite.
And I have reduced fat crackers because Linux is so bloated. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. You mean Windows is so bloated?
Yeah, right. Windows. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
That dip looks nice.
It's delicious. It ain't no veggie. I'll tell you that. It was only $1 at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, I gotta buy that, baby. It's jalapeno, but it's not too hot.
I wish I could eat that stuff.
I've installed a new operating system on my laptop not long ago, TOS. Ubuntu Mate.
Hey,
He's got a standard. He has a free tub of jalapeno cheddar dip. He'll ship you. Just give him the address. It'll get there in about 2 weeks. You'll open it, and you know what it'll look like? Freaking Vegemite.
Ew, nasty. Sirion says, asks good methods to clone a hard drive. The very best, I think, is Clonezilla. You can just go find the link to it online, do an internet search for Clonezilla, and then it's basically you burn that to a live key, to a live CD. And actually, I just did a tutorial on how to do that on Windows. And then what you do from there is you put the live key in. You take a computer that can support 2 different hard drives, put those in there, and then you can literally clone one drive to the other.
Right.
And then you have a spare operating system in case your drive crashes.
Yep. Particularly
do that. Sorry,
and the thing with Clonezilla is be very careful with it. It might be helpful too if you have the numbers off your hard drive so you can tell them apart from source and target.
Yep.
That'll totally wipe out a drive if you do it wrong.
Oops.
Yeah, oops.
Can you do that over USB, Tom, or not? Can you clone over USB or not?
Can you clone a what?
Can you clone a hard drive from the hard drive to USB if it's in a caddy?
As long as they're the same size as ordinary.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So when you do that, you should have the same size drive, right?
Well, it has to be the destination drive has to be the same size or larger.
Or larger.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what it's doing is it's writing a sector by sector clone of the original drive. And then you wind up with an exact clone put together the same way as your original ones put to get away, and your grubs in the same place on the hard drive and all that stuff.
Hey, Tom.
Yep.
Besides Linux with Debian, are there any other Linux releases that might happen before the year is over that you might know of?
That might what?
Are there any other Linux releases that you might know of that are coming after Linux Mint Debian releases?
As far as other ones?
Like towards maybe fall, winter into 2019?
Well, I mean, obviously, Ubuntu is on a rigid schedule, so they come out in October and April. So, of course, you always can count on Ubuntu.
So basically, Ubuntu 18.10 should be coming around that time.
Yeah. Well, it will be. I mean, even if it's not ready to go, it will be, and that's the biggest problem with that type of release schedule. As far as other ones, I don't follow too many other ones specifically. So
Linux Mint should have like 19.1 or something, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should. They should have that out before too long.
Yeah, Ricky, do you have an open web browser window in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Go to distrowatch.com.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
I'll give you a good spot to be able to see it.
Because I have it bookmarked. I just gotta find it. There it is. I see it. Okay, now, I'm in.
Okay, on the home page, scroll down to the last news, the last DistroWatch Weekly. It should say issue 772.
Last DistroWatch Weekly.
Yeah, right on the home page, you have SUSE and then free NAS, and right underneath that.
Yep. Oh, I see it.
Click on the little world and the little planet and DistroWatch Weekly.
Okay.
Okay, now you should have DistroWatch Weekly issue 772, 16 July 2018.
Yep, I'm looking right at it.
Okay, scroll down. Yeah, scroll down through the distro review, and then you'll hit miscellaneous news, then tips and tricks, and then released last week. And then you'll have a torrent corner. Right below the torrent corner, there's upcoming releases and announcements.
Here we go.
That is a relatively good spot to find that.
Okay.
Upcoming releases and announcements.
Ubuntu
and they put
1604.5. Interesting.
Yep. So
they know they got bugs.
Yep. DistroWatch puts this out every Sunday in the U.S. It's about 6 or 7 o'clock Central Time.
Okay, here it is. Ubuntu 18.10. Let me think. It is July. So,
yeah, 27th.
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October 18th.
No, actually, when you look at that, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, October 18th. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And then right after it is FreeBSD, then Fedora, then Tails, then more FreeBSD, then the final version of Tails, so the last one of the year.
Yep. And this will be good. This gets updated weekly, and the nice thing is they put the release schedule or calendar, so it's kind of neat.
That's nice.
Yep. I don't know if anybody had ever seen that before, but I kind of look at that once in a while.
Yeah, I really don't agree with them making a forced calendar and releasing on exact dates. That don't really give them enough time to fix much.
And that's the biggest problem with the Ubuntu schedule is, man, if something goes wrong and they're not ready, that's right. And I think that's something happened with 18 in that case.
You know what I noticed? It's weird. Is I have Linux Mint 18.3, and ever since 19 came out, my updates, I haven't been getting any of them except for one that says it's a release updater to 19. And I haven't got any updates for anything else, even when I refresh. It just doesn't do them no more.
Sounds like a bug.
It wants you to update to 19, and that's it.
And you're already 19.
And this has been like this for a few weeks.
You should have updates for 18.3 because that's supported until 2003, 21 or something.
Yeah, I think it's 20. It might be 2021, actually. I think.
So you should be getting updates.
And that's what I'm staying on. Is I'm staying on 18.3, at least over here for a while.
It just works. It really does. It's hard to break it. The Arch, man, I broke that in no time. And, you know, that's probably because I'm kind of green at that stuff. And Arch is a little bit complicated and for more experienced people. And it's probably because it's a rolling release thing, too.
I pretty much learned the Arch side of Linux by using Manjaro from time to time. I've only learned a lot of the Arch side through Manjaro.
Yeah,
somebody have a
TV, not bad.
Somebody have a TV or a radio on in the background or some feedback?
My grandmother is watching TV in the other room.
Got it. That's what it is.
No, that's actually an Arch who's just screaming, "It broke!"
That's what I do.
I think it's my ignorance of using the Arch updater because it is really weird. You open it up and it has all this stuff like everything Arch has that you can put in your computer. And you select that and it keeps installing stuff until you run out of hard drive space.
Well,
I know I'm not using it properly.
No, the problem with Arch updates is when it comes to Arch, the main thing that you need to do is you need to check if you're very switched on with Arch, you have to go and check the forums and stuff and see if anybody's had any issues with the latest update. And if there is, then you don't apply that update. I mean, it's more of a maintenance thing that goes on with Arch. So
perhaps the AUR stands for the all useless repository.
Well, if I have to go through all that, I might as well use Windows.
Yeah, really.
Well, it's just it's probably just the way that Arch works. I mean, some people are happy to do it that way, but it's just it keeps you a little bit more switched on about what's going on with the OS. But if you're one of those people like me that just go update all, and something happens, then you know.
Hold on a minute.
I usually don't have that kind of free time.
I don't.
That's why I don't use Arch.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to show it. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Let me mute and see if I can find something to, or maybe I can move my mic to another location.
I know Tom don't have a lot of time to monkey with his systems, and I'm the same way. I actually have to work during the day, the same as Tom does. And when we come home, I turn on our computer. We want it to work.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah. I mean, I don't use Linux as a hobby to figure out how to troubleshoot kind of stuff. That's why I use Mint, because it works. It doesn't break.
That's right. Ricky, you could mute your mic until you want to have say something, and then just unmute it. That would be the best way to combat that, because you can still hear what we're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Perfect. Thank you, Ricky.
Cool.
Thanks, Ricky.
Ooh, silence.
Silence OS.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I got some odd news brought up here just for a little change of pace.
Oh no!
So
the news.
The news.
You know what my news is here?
Yes.
Is I live like 30 miles from Detroit, and my TV gets all the Detroit market channels. When they have their local channel news, it's like watching murder TV. It's like carjackings. It's depressing. I can't deal with it.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well,
all right.
I would have to say that Detroit's not a very good place to live at the moment, is it? Since they shut down the car companies and stuff, it's not real good, is it?
And you can't drink the water, right?
I know.
It's Flint.
Yeah, it's Flint.
Oh, that's Flint. Okay. So that's like far away enough where you're not.
Well, I'm 30 miles from Flint, too. I'm kind of on an axis between a bunch of cities.
Okay.
But I'm out in the country.
Well, there you go.
Is this any better by any chance?
That's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
All right, so let me go to some news and nonsense for this Friday. It's been a while, but
no
anyway,
carjackings, please.
Yeah, seeing as how we haven't covered any nonsense yet tonight.
Yeah, I know we've been so serious.
Really? You mean Vegemite's not nonsense?
Well, since you put it that way, no. But
well,
all
I
right,
didn't mean it that way.
headlines. Ready for headlines? This is like. Okay, now let me read the headline. Now think about this for a second. Ready? Fish steals shark from Florida fisherman's line.
Nice.
That was the opposite.
What are they, piranhas?
No. That was it was like a 500-pound grouper.
Oh my God.
Grabbed a shark off of a guy's fishing line.
God, those Big Macs and groupers, that's a lot of weight, let me tell you.
The groupies.
The groupies. All right.
Hey, DT's in the house.
Hello, DT. Right. Let's send DT a link.
DT.
Hang on here.
Hi, Derek.
Of course, we're stable, DT.
What do you think? What do you think this is? Distro Tube? Hey.
He must not have caught the first half hour of the stream.
I know. Yeah, really.
He's kind of been popping in and out of a face on the internet lately.
Yeah.
I think it might be due to the Vegemite.
All right, DT, there's your link.
Yeah, he has a tube too.
Yeah, but I don't think he's using it. Yeah, I think he gave it away.
He's got he
still has it. He came out and said he still had it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't give that stuff away.
I think he's gonna save that. I think he's gonna save that Vegemite to use as heat sink compound for his.
There you go. That works.
I can't believe anybody would spend hard-earned coin on that stuff.
Well,
yeah, well, you know.
That's the ultimate unstable to trying unstable, uncertain food, right? Okay.
CPUs need vitamin B too, TOS.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. What else do I have here? Runaway camel runs loose on Russian highway.
Was he going fast?
You know, considering what's happening in the news with Russia, and I won't go there. This is so appropriate, isn't it? There's camels in Russia? Okay.
Maybe it escaped from a zoo.
Yeah.
Does Russia have zoos?
We have a Detroit zoo. They have 2 camels.
Well, let's see. The camel was rushing away from the highway cars. Okay. Let's see here. California truck crash. California truck crash cooks loads of pineapples. I can't imagine that smell.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No.
How did it? Oh, the thing burst into flames. And
Yeah. Okay. California's the way they cook food is so weird out there. But no. Let's see what else we have here. Troopers. Driver blamed temperature for speed reading. I'm just reading the headline. Speed reading.
Derek.
Okay. Hello, DT is in the house.
Hey, DT.
How's it going?
There he is.
Doing good.
Hey, DT.
Ontario resident uses minivan to mow lawn.
What is he doing? Pulling the lawnmower around the yard?
That's what it looks like. I guess he ran out of gas, so he used the gas, and I don't know.
I would have guessed that to be happening down south somewhere. You got Bubba Joe driving the driving the minivan.
Yeah.
And cousin Cletus sitting in the back with the door up.
I know.
Pulling the lawnmower.
Okay, let's see. Donkey runs loose next to Texas highway. What an awful thing to call a senator, let me tell you.
What?
The donkey's name was Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I know. But okay, let's see here. Brady Bunch house on the market for $1.8 million. That's a bunch of Brady's for that house. Ooh.
Wow.
1.8
It's in California, probably. Everything's expensive.
I know.
It is California.
The whole house, which they didn't even film in it. It was just the outside picture. That thing's like several million.
Yeah. What do we have? Speaking of food, firefighters, freaking ads. Firefighters battle spontaneous combustion of tortilla chips.
I'm sorry, I was typing. Can you say that one again?
Okay.
Yeah.
Firefighters battle spontaneous combustion of tortilla chips.
Okay, Tom, you're probably the most educated when it comes to physics.
How does that happen?
How the hell does a tortilla chip?
Let me click the link to get Ace. Yeah.
You would be surprised, but there's something that if you guys sang out after TOS is done, I will tell you. I'm not going to tell you this live. We're going to leave it at that.
Okay. I will hang around for that.
There's a picture. I normally have spontaneous combustion after eating the tortilla. Okay, let's see here.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, really.
And for
this show has gone down the tubes, let me tell you.
And I'll say it again to you people in the chat, you will learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design.
Ooh, this is nasty. A power drill crashes into windshield of moving car. Ooh. The windshield stopped it, but oh wow, that's...
We have in Detroit pieces of bridges that go over the freeway. The concrete's breaking off and dropping right through people's windshields.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
It's a common problem down there.
Well, the infrastructure is pretty embarrassing in this country in general, yeah.
Minnesota had the bridge in Minneapolis that collapsed, about 10 years ago?
Yeah, and it was caught on not a dash black security cam. That's scary.
Yep.
I think I remember that.
First world country you're talking about, or is this a first world country we're discussing here, or what is it?
No, the bridge collapsed, Colin.
Why we have these issues in countries such as your own? I mean, really, to be honest, it should.
I know. No, it's Congress.
Politicians pocket the money, and
Congress.
They don't fix the stuff.
You know how in your country, Colin, the government may add up 1 + 1 to equal 2, and that's how they balance their budget. In the United States, in some cases, 1 + 1 equals 3,840, and in some cases, it equals -693. It depends on who's holding the pencil.
Right.
Years ago, they had Bill Clinton was giving a speech. Of course, he was the last guy who would seem to balance the freaking budget. And they asked, and he says, I was asked, Mr. President, how did you do it? And he says, it's no secret, 2 + 2 = 4. It's that simple, you know. But it's a shame. It really is. Well, speaking of idiots, let's see here. Demo, not you. Democratic senator sets up fake health news website to attack his political opponent.
Whoa.
Like I said, Congress isn't yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I think all of us should get together and brainstorm this, and I think we should come up with a browser extension.
Yeah.
It's called the BS meter.
Yeah, right.
all you do is you install it onto your browser, and it's got a little thing up there, and it's a scale of 1 to 10. And when you open a website, it pulls in analytics and it gives you a hit. 1, there's no BS. 10, put on your galoshes because you're going to step in it.
Well,
and just Just for the record, I don't believe in political parties because they're both a disaster in general.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, the app is run by a bunch of guys like us that actually watch the thing and judge and scale the meter.
I wonder what it would do when you come across this stream.
It would flash red alert. Warning, warning. Yeah.
No. Well, there's there's BS and then there's BS, isn't there? I mean, we're talking legit BS.
Yeah, that's good.
I know. Let's see here. This sounds familiar. I don't know if I said this before, but let me go back here to this. Woman busts naked intruder in tub munching her Cheetos. No, I mean, not her Cheetos. I meant they probably meant the no. Well, never mind.
The packet of Cheetos
they were going to print out. You know, I paid off the journalists so they wouldn't print that story. Sorry, guys.
I paid them more.
Thanks, Tom.
Alleged car thief drives stolen car to court. Smart.
There you go.
I cannot make this stuff up, can I? No. Suspect, this is according to the cops, suspect took cab away from bank robbery. Well, I hope he left a good tip.
Yeah,
really. Wait a sec. The bank robber
called a cab when he was running away with the money.
Oh, he didn't steal the cab. He called a cab.
Yes. He robbed the bank and then went. Yeah.
A few years ago, we had a guy here. He robbed a bank, and his getaway vehicle was his bicycle. He didn't get it. He didn't get very far. So.
No.
I mean, to his honest defense, though, there is a guy, he's still at large that I know of, who ended up pulling off a armored car heist by bicycle, and they still haven't found him yet.
Wow.
Oh, no. They did.
What are the cops driving?
A while away. Well, what he did is, because he found out, he did all the timing and all the maps. This guy's a brilliant genius, dude. He figured out all the maps and things and figured out the best way to get away from the police is to go like through this little corridor. No one would see him come through, where he had a getaway car stashed. So he robbed the armored car, took away all the cash, drove the bike down, threw it over the embankment, took off his disguise, jumped in another car, and was driving the other way in 5 minutes. And
I was going to say, if he robbed an armored car on a bicycle, what are the police in? A big wheel? Yeah, in the middle. Seriously.
A skateboard.
A radio flyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Really. Yeah.
These clever people need to be in politics because,
they would fit right in.
Yeah.
Mate,
I don't know what to say about that.
But on our side,
yeah. Well, here's another clip here. Speaking of robberies, this is an actual. When driving getaway car, be sure to do it on a full tank.
There goes that checklist. Okay.
Yeah.
Top of it.
Honey.
Gonna rob a bank. Okay. Number one.
Right.
Have the right equipment. You got to make sure tank is full. It's got to be in the top 3, right?
Yeah, with the ski mask.
Maybe 4 tires, would probably help too. Yeah.
Ski mask, check. Bag to carry the loot, check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Number 3, fill up tank.
Yeah, right. Why you don't bring what? Here it comes. Why you don't bring cocaine to your court hearing? Oh God! Hey, Judge, you freaking cockroach! Oh, sorry, I didn't mean.
When you mentioned the story about the guy that drove the stolen car to his court hearing, I was going to mention it happens a lot actually at the courthouse. People show up, and when they get searched, or they find weapons and cocaine and everything else, before they're going to trial. That's just another charge to add.
Yep. Yeah, if the bailiff, after he gets sentence him to jail, he's got his fix or whatever with him when they put him in the can.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't get people that go to visit inmates at a penitentiary and they try to sneak stuff in. I don't get that.
I don't see how you can do it.
Oh yeah, it's big business. Actually, there's people that make some serious money doing it.
Self-described drug dealer calls 911, reports stolen drugs. Good one.
Did you see the one I covered a couple days ago? Guy broke into an escape room business and got stuck and called the police on himself.
Because he couldn't escape an escape room. Oh, you mean like a safe room?
No,
it's
like an entertainment type business.
Yeah.
You kind of go in there and it's like a psychological
warfare
against you, and you willingly pay money to go in these things. Well, he went in one and got stuck.
They so called the cops.
Okay, I did not know this. Microsoft is actually preparing to update the Windows 10 Administrator Command Console at some point.
Oh, man, you better park your computer for a day.
Yeah, really.
Did you notice that got as many laughs as the armored car thief got?
Well, speaking of food, Cops follow trail of macaroni salad straight to robbery suspects. Art thief has no idea how to hide things.
Art thief?
Art thief, yeah.
Well, pictures, if they're big ones, are pretty hard to stash, and
Well, picture this. He's an idiot. Okay.
He probably stuck it up on his wall,
unless you can hide them.
Yeah.
That's the moral of that story.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else do we have? Don't like that. Don't like. All right. Let's go to the next one. A lot of stupid websites. Wow.
Got that extension installed yet, TOS?
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, for those viewers hoping to come here for Linux and Windows, we humbly apologize. All right, this is I'll probably get demonetized, but this is couple seek sex change for cat.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The cat just ran.
I know.
Tom can't find his cat.
I mean, he's already lost part of his parts.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah, God.
Oh, I could tell you stories that hurt worse, man.
Oh, God. All right.
Why wouldn't you just go and buy another cat?
Well,
yeah,
they multiply rather fast.
Fixed, yeah. I mean,
do we talk common sense, Tim? Do we talk common sense on here? What's going on?
Oh my God! Here's a hell of a name.
A sex change for a cat's got to be in the thousands of dollars. Can't you like walk into the grocery store and see a little pamphlet that says kittens free to good home?
I know, really. A lot of pets need adopted.
Yeah.
Cats need adopted, so yeah.
I've never liked the idea of getting a male pet neutered, like a dog or a cat, because they're always licking themselves, and they got to know immediately when the day after, hey, something's not right here.
Where did those go?
There's actually
parts.
And then they look at you like you're the one that took them.
Yeah, like I did it.
There's actually a website called Dumbass Daily.
Oh, God.
Is this the one?
When you can't go any lower.
Yes. That was worth getting demonetized for, but yeah, I won't go there. Let's see what else we have here. Let's go to some weird car news. How does that sound?
Oh, here we go.
All right, let's see. What do we have here?
We are all sitting in suspense quietly.
You know, I'm surprised considering the show has gone down and we still have 35 viewers. I don't know what's worse, you guys or us? You guys watching or us? Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He just went down to 4 viewers and 78 thumbs down.
Hey, if you're watching the chat, AJCD in the chat said, "Old guys cracking themselves up." LOL.
Exactly.
And you know what, AJ? If you're not there, you will be soon.
This is what you got to look forward to.
Yeah, that's right.
Georgia sheriff buys Dodge Charger Hellcat. The feds want a refund. The Department of Justice wants taxpayers $70,000 back. Paid that much for a Dodge?
Well,
no kidding.
It's a 2-door, pretty quick vehicle. It's kind of like it would be in comparison. Remember when the California Highway Patrol had Mustangs? It's that type of a thing. It's a muscle car.
Yes.
So it's the kind of car that you dodge when you're looking for a car. Is that right?
That's what's a Dodge.
Yeah.
This is actually a feel-good story. I caught this a few days ago. In all seriousness, Alabama student walks 20 miles to work because his car broke down. The impressed boss gives him a car. Gives him a car. Good for him. Now, that's the America I believe, and that kid's gonna be something determined. Yeah.
That's pretty.
That's
good.
awesome. That is an awesome. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here.
How much interest is he paying, TOS?
I don't know. All I know is that's a cool story. I think I saw the CEO says that it wasn't
I couldn't help myself. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it wasn't. It was like a 2016 Ford Escape or something. His boss, CEO, here you go, it's yours, man. You just impressed. That I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually 2016. Yeah, if he bought him a 2016, that's impressive. I was expecting, like an old Chevy Chevette.
No, he gave him a nice, clean car. In fact, the cameraman went and looked inside. It looks all clean, and well, it was the boss's car, so it has to work.
Oh, okay.
Good for him.
Well, how's the boss getting to work then?
He'll probably use his wife's car.
He's getting picked up.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else we have? No, I don't want to go there. Let's try Fox News. There should be something odd there.
Oh,
Fox News. Let's see here. Okay, let's see.
I can be here all night.
I know. Millennials outraged after baseball team advertises Millennium Night with avocados, participation ribbons, and napping stations. I don't know about that one.
That was a baseball?
Millennials outraged after baseball team advertises Millennium Night.
I don't know what's so offensive about that. I mean,
yeah, I don't get it.
Particularly the nap time. I mean, the baseball puts me to sleep.
Me too.
Yeah. I know.
Football's even worse.
Yeah, well, football, at least I can watch it. Anyway.
At least in football, you might see somebody get killed on the stage.
I like they're even trying to take that away now.
I like
I have a question when it comes to sports. Tonight we were sitting down and we were eating dinner, and on one of the TVs in the place, they had the rugby championship. Apparently that's going on right now. There's some big international rugby thing. And there were gals playing rugby. And these gals are out on the field. They have no pads on whatsoever. Wow. And essentially they're playing a form of full contact soccer that you can use your hands. How come we never hear about rugby players getting the concussions and this and that and everything else but it's such big news with the NFL and the NHL.
A lot of that, Tim, has to do with the fact that they don't have the padding and the helmets. They're not running at each other the kinds of speeds that the guys in the NFL. Once you put a helmet on somebody, they think they're invincible and they're doing stuff that they should not be doing. You take the helmets off the guys in the NFL, and the game slows way down, and they stop doing some of the crazy leading with their head stuff that a rugby player would never do.
Right.
Some of those gals look like they took some pretty hellacious hits.
Yeah, that can be dangerous. Seriously, I mean, yeah.
I found one from the Daily News. Old man, 98 years old, wins lottery, dies the next day.
Oh God!
Oh my Lord!
And this is on the cover of a somewhat like a National Enquirer type paper.
That sounds exactly like the lyrics in that song. You know that song? Who sings it? Is it Alanis Morissette or something?
Win the lottery, die next day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, I guess you can't take it with him.
Yeah, he didn't even have time to actually put any of it in his will.
He didn't get time to pay the taxes or any of that.
I'm sure they took them out first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's happening before you've even won it.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I pulled up some geeky science.
Okay, go. Yeah,
That's
go.
my contribution. Did you hear that oxygen went on a date with potassium? It went okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. Louisiana man arrested after dialing 911 to see if he had active warrants.
I was
Derek, your comment?
I've heard of similar stories. I've heard of people going to the police station to check to make sure that nobody's looking for them. People do that. And they think it'll be okay if, I showed up, oh, you were looking for me? Well,
I went to pay a parking ticket one time at the courthouse. And I was standing in line and there was some confusion. They couldn't figure out something that was written on the ticket or something. And the lady at the window next to me, a gentleman walked up and said, I want to pay this ticket. And he said, I want to make sure I pay it this payday because my next payday is well after when the ticket is due. So she looked at it and she said, okay, hang on 1 second. She turned around, she walked back to a desk, picked up her phone, came back, and within about 30 seconds, there were 4 deputies around this guy. And apparently he was wanted for a quite serious felonious crime of some type. It wasn't a parking ticket or a speeding ticket or whatever it was.
Well, I guess he had to park his butt at the station now, didn't he?
Yeah.
Somebody in chat wanted me to tell you about Australian rugby. So I don't know if you guys know about Australian rugby, that they don't wear any protective gear at all.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like your gridiron over there, but there's no protective gear worn. It's like Aussie rules.
Right.
No protective gear, which is what you were talking about. I don't know which rugby you were watching, what country it was from. Was it from your country or was it from somewhere else?
I think it was being played in the U.S. Let me look at my TV guide.
Or was it New Zealand?
New Jersey police release mugshot of runaway pug. Okay.
If the Silver Surfer and Iron Man teamed up, they'd be alloys.
Here's something up my alley here. California man trapped in cement mixer triggers unusual rescue mission. Oh, trapped in cement mixer.
Yeah, like cement boots.
Yeah. Hey, you didn't pay your freaking dues, okay?
You didn't pay Uncle Guido.
Yeah. Oh God.
What do we got here? Microsoft brings PowerShell to Ubuntu Snap Store?
Oh, I was waiting for that one. Yay!
Yeah, that's everybody's been waiting on that.
Yep. Many sleepless nights. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll still use Bash.
Yeah, Microsoft just wants to rain on our parade any chance they get.
A bull.
Oh, yeah, go on.
A bull gores California man looking at car for sale. Why, was the price too high?
The bull wanted the car.
I know.
The bull is protecting the car.
Yeah.
The optimist sees the glass half full. The pessimist sees the glass half empty. The chemist sees the glass completely full, half with liquid and half with air.
Of course. Florida fisherman reels in bale of marijuana. Nice catch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Let's see
It's
here.
in the news, you know he got caught.
Yeah. All right, nothing else there. All right, let's move on. What time is it? Gee, it's 12:30 already. Okay.
Bad date. Man steals car on date. Takes her god sister to a drive-in.
What was that, Dan?
Says bad date. Man steals woman's car on date. Takes her god sister to drive-in.
Twisted.
Yeah, that's some twisted stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not
if
you're not part of the solution, you're part of the precipitate.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I gotta say it again. Too many freaking nuts, not enough squirrels.
Well, there's a joke that says two Ariels got married. Their wedding was an absolute fizzer, but the reception was fantastic.
Oh,
yeah.
A photon checks into a hotel and asks if he needs any help with his luggage. He says, "No, I'm traveling light."
A good one. I like that one. Good one. Let's see.
There is probably nowhere else on the internet today that anybody would ever hear a proton joke.
Really?
Captain Proton.
We're one up.
Naked woman detained after biting man's face in zombie subway attack. Ugh.
That sucks, probably.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Were there drugs involved?
Probably
Probably.
bath salts.
Yeah.
Usually,
Bath salts generally cause you to do that kind of stuff. And it takes an entire clip of a gun to stop you. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Huh.
some of these people.
Samsung's foldable smartphone slated for next year.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Cool.
College. Yeah, let's just run right out and buy one.
Yes. College computer student hacks school computer to change grades. Good one.
Yes. That's kind of a common thing these days.
Were they running Linux though?
They probably,
yeah, he was probably live on a USB.
yeah, right.
No, he got called. He was probably on Windows.
Yeah.
Organic chemistry is difficult. Those who study it have all kinds of trouble. Raise your hand if you understand that one.
Microsoft's new Skype could be risky gamble.
No kidding.
Microsoft's last change to Skype was a risky gamble, and it lost.
There's already tons of clones we're using.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, man rushed to hospital after munching on 20 deep fried cicadas.
What the hell's wrong with the cicadas?
I've always preferred my cicadas raw, but
I think the problem was he was rushed because he was a flight risk.
I don't understand what's wrong with eating a cicada. Why would he have to?
I think there was like 20 of them.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What the hell's a cicada?
It's a really big locust-like insect.
Yeah.
They're the ones that make the noise in the ground.
Yeah, they leave their little exoskeleton everywhere on the outside of your house, and
then it breaks down for years, and you got Vegemite in a jar.
Really?
Correct.
Every 13 years, they finally come out of their shell, and here in the Midwest, you hear them like crazy. And certain summers, it is loud.
Yeah.
What do they sound like?
It's a big bug too. I mean, to eat 20 of them. I mean, that's
I thought you were joking then when you said they come out of their shell.
No,
I thought you meant that they had a bigger personality or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Are they the ones that make the hellacious
I've eaten them raw before. Their guts kind of taste like peanut butter. It's kind of interesting. That's what you do is you eat them when you eat them raw. You squeeze their head so they don't go crazy in your mouth. So you squeeze their head and then they're interesting.
Have some more of that jalapeno dip there.
Oh God, give me the Vegemite.
Anyway,
back.
yes, bring the Vegemite
put
back.
Vegemite on the cicada.
Yeah,
I
need to clear this up.
Look at Dan. Dan just put a straw in the Vegemite and sucking it down.
Hey, you can all take those words back now.
I was gonna do
like a shot of beer or something. Or
I was gonna do a video on how to cook that, but I guess that's probably not high on the list, huh? pretty bad now.
I'm telling you, you can take those words back. Vegemite.
I think I have video of when I did that. Let me see if I can find it.
What?
We just lost the last remaining newbie on this channel.
Oh, God.
What do we have here? New MacBook Pros get major power boost. Apple announces update MacBook Pro 13 to 50-inch notebooks with a touch bar, 8th generation Intel Core processor, support for up to 32 gigabytes of DDR memory, and a larger notebook.
Yeah, you know what? Apple's going to stick a flux capacitor on their next model, so they can charge $8,000 for an aluminum notebook that you can go and buy and put.
And it'll still have a crappy battery to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the worst thing on the MacBooks these days? Is the battery?
According to them, everything has a bad battery, and it isn't their software.
When you said a power boost, I would have thought they connected it to a 600 volt or something.
Japanese city suffering severe ninja shortage.
Well, there you go. Everyone has their struggles, eh?
Oh my! I'm okay. All right.
Don't they use ninjas in some Japanese towns as actually kind of like the Law and Order, like the sheriff and deputies?
Really?
Right?
I don't know.
I thought they did.
Wouldn't they be better to get Chuck Norris?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Mexican police armed with slingshots.
Oh God.
You know, see, this is what happens when you take too many freaking loads, man. You think you got a gun, you got a slingy shot, man.
This is why we need a wall.
I was going to say that's to bring down the wall.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Okay. I found my video. What do you guys think? Should we do a poll? Should I show the video of eating a cicada?
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
It's up to the pollsters.
Share the video.
No, but
Who's eating what?
Who's
I have the video of me eating the cicada.
Well, we either show that or we show DT taking a hit of Vegemite. Which one is going to be less?
I think Dan just did that.
You know what? I'll eat the Vegemite to prevent Tom from showing his video.
Yeah, me too.
I can deal with that.
Me and DT can do Vegemite.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not eating Vegemite again. Go ahead, Tom.
All
I
right.
kind of got used to the taste.
English Bob's in the house. English Bob is in the house.
What's up, mate?
Oh, EB's here. Put him in.
EB is here.
Oh, look at that! All day two of updating Windows 10. 1,803 updates.
That's a lot of updates.
I know.
No, that's the latest version.
I think
that's the latest Windows version, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Windows
yeah,
needs updates for the updates.
Well, in defense, so does Lynxman.
Yeah,
I can't disagree with that.
I don't get this headline, guys. Let me read it. And I really don't get it, but let me read it. Gay swans protect nest containing plastic cup.
Weird science experiment.
I don't get that.
That's
probably a joke somewhere, but I get this one. French butchers want protection from vegans.
What are they going? They're going in and what? Tipping over their meat cases?
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'd like them to see him. I would really like them to see him mess with Sweeney Todd. I mean,
they must be throwing apples at the window or something, are they?
Yeah,
who knows?
Throwing organically grown veggies at the butcher.
Rotten tomatoes.
Rotten tomatoes.
Scored a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh God!
Organic Rotten Tomatoes.
There must be a round of
organic
news.
They've got to be organic. They've got to be natural.
What's this? WPA3 arrives to shore up Wi-Fi security. Whoa, we got WPA3 already? Huh. Interesting.
Man accused. Oh my God. All right.
No.
All right. This is borderline, but this is really.
Man
accused of having sex with horse claims animal gave consent by winking at him.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
UFO comes frequently close to hitting airliner.
What does?
It says right here, UFO frequently comes close to hitting airliner.
Yeah. You see a lot of type of stories like that. I don't know why, but yeah.
I'm
The
thinking
planes are supposed to have stuff, anti-collision junk and stuff like that in them.
I'm kind of thinking the horse kicked the guy, and he went high enough in the air that the airline had
Yeah.
to avoid him.
I know, yeah.
Does anyone know any jokes about sodium? Nah.
No.
Wow.
Nah.
No, it's nah.
Yeah, nah.
No
Yeah, no, it's
sweat.
a component of salt.
Yeah, no sweat, Tom.
Yeah. Man arrested for allegedly killing coworker by shooting compressed air to his butt.
What?
Is that even possible?
Yes, it is. I
Wow.
happen to work in that kind of field,
Wow.
and we have safety training with compressed air.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your compressor put out 100 psi.
Oh.
Air compressors. I used to work with a lot of air compressors, and you blow yourself down. But was told eventually don't do it because it can cause bubbles in your blood, which can give you a heart attack.
Yep.
Right. So that's the reason why.
Yeah. Think of this: if it can inflate a tire, what?
That's true.
Inside.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You
I
know,
was going to say, Toss. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Colin.
I was going to say the horse must have kicked that guy to give him a very long face after that, and there was the consent.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? Guys like that need to stop horsing around. Let me tell you.
They do. No, I actually owned a boat, and you know how those warning stickers on things, you know, it says, you know, like warning hot coffee. McDonald's had to put that on their cups.
Yep.
Why? Because somebody burnt themselves. So these warning labels we see on our products most of the time, those warning labels are theirs because somebody tried to do something stupid.
That's right.
I owned a boat that was jet propelled. It did not have a propeller on the back. It moved water to move the boat.
I'm familiar with those.
Mm-hmm.
And on the back of it was a Yamaha boat. And on the back of the boat had a swimming deck. So you could go back there and you could sit on the back of the boat, put your feet in the water, fish, whatever you want. And big warning sticker on the back of the boat. And it said something to the effect that intentionally pointing the high pressure stream of water at body orifices, it got a little bit more detailed than that, could cause potential harm or death. So you read this, and I was sitting on the back of the boat, or I was in the water and I was reading this, and my dad was sitting on the back of the boat, and he looked at me and he said, "You know why that's on there, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, it's because some idiot tried it." He said, "Yep."
Yeah. Some idiot would try that.
Car salesman sues former boss for weaponizing his farts.
Gas bombs.
Pinching employees' nipples to show dominance.
Oh
my God.
How do you weaponize a fart?
I don't.
If you use the right needles,
you use a balloon.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Was he like trapping the customers in the car or something when he was showing,
you can catch them and throw them.
For the heck of it, let me click that link because I got a feeling it's going to be a smelly story.
Wait a sec here. We got to go back to DT. You said you catch them and throw them?
Yeah, back when I was in high school, that was common. You always had to be careful when somebody farted and decided to throw it at you. Make sure your mouth wasn't open.
Oh, talk about a stick bomb. Jeez. Let me see. How do you weaponize? Let me read this.
Two chemists go into a bar. The first one says, "I think I'll have an H2O." Second one said, "I'll think I'll have an H2O too." And then he died.
Apparently the boss showed the guys who's boss by using flatulence as a way to show workers who's the boss.
So what, he would come in and drop a bomb on you if you weren't selling enough cars?
You haven't sold a car today.
I guess he was just crop dusting everybody.
Let me just read this. He reinforced dominance over his subordinates by regularly entering their enclosed offices, intentionally passing gas, and then laughing as they were forced to breathe soiled air. Oh, God.
You will never hear the word soiled air on any other Linux YouTube channel in your life.
Nope. Yeah. But see, there's a market for this because we still have 34 brave viewers.
of which only 3 are awake.
I know.
And some of them might be from other countries.
A blonde texts her boyfriend, "What does IDK mean?" And he replies, "I don't know." And she's like, "Exactly, nobody does."
So a couple of biologists had twins. They named one Jessica and the other Control.
Man jumps in concrete mixer to avoid capture from police.
Yep.
And he cemented his position, didn't he?
Yeah. It would have been way better if he jumped in the cement mixer to avoid the mob boss.
Let's see here. Woman fired from her job after bringing laxative-filled brownies for co-workers going away party. I think I read that, but that sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
it's an old running thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it a night here. I got to get up for work in the morning.
All
Thanks
right.
again for the invite, TOS.
Thank you for stopping by.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end this.
Guys.
Thanks for dropping in.
Thank you.
Take care, Steve.
See you, Steve.
Man takes painkillers after breaking foot, then dumps his girlfriend and says the drug turned him gay.
What are they putting in the water these days?
What are the pharmaceutical people putting in the pills?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
There's a good question.
Oh, God. This one, I can't read that one. That's just too weird.
Yeah. Don't get demonetized.
Even that
We're
one.
so close.
Even that one's got me in New Yorker going, what the frack is that all about? Yeah.
Well, I've got to go too, TOS. I've got
okay.
things to do, all right? So I've got to go to the hardware store. You know what it's like when you go to the hardware store? You go there for 5 minutes and you come out 2 hours later.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good to see you again. I'll catch up with you.
All right, Colin. Take care.
Colin, it's been good seeing you.
Yeah, you too, Dan.
Let's see
we'll see you, Colin.
here. Man, take care. Man 60 gets lengthy tangled phone charging cable stuck in his private part that he inserted to scratch an itch.
Ooh.
Wait, back up. I'm sorry, I was typing. What was that? He did what?
A man 60 gets lengthy tangled phone charging cable stuck in his front private part that he inserted to scratch an itch.
Are we talking like the car charger? Are we talking like a USB, mini USB?
Does it really matter? It just says tangled phone charging
In some ways
cable.
It does. Just wondering what he was trying to scratch that itch with.
I don't know.
He wanted to give it a charge.
Yeah, what about my bang?
It wasn't plugged in, was it?
It doesn't say. Let me. Well, since you guys are interested, let me just click the link.
Why can you never trust atoms?
Oh,
they make up everything.
That's true.
Yes, they do.
Oh, this happened in Beijing. Oh, the Chinese always were a bit odd anyway. Never mind. I won't go there anymore. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? All right. That's the end of that. We'll probably wrap this up here pretty soon. Let's see. Oh, here's a heck of a website. 12 worst places to live in the USA. I don't think I'll go there. Yeah.
Why not? They put it on the news.
I know.
It's on the TV all the time.
I know.
I had to make all these bad chemistry jokes because all the good ones are gone.
All the good ones went to the beaker.
No, all the good ones are gone.
They're gone.
Argon.
Argon.
Oh, argon.
Argon.
I must be getting really tired.
Argon, yeah. Let's see here.
Biology is the only science which multiplication is the same thing as division.
Sounds like how they do money nowadays.
Yeah, really. All right, nothing there.
Multiply and then divide.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, really. Let's see here. No, nothing good there.
I don't know. This one's a little weird. What did the male stamen say to the female pistol? I like your style.
EB's dropping out of the chat. Take care, Steve. Have a great day.
See you, man.
See ya.
Good to see you, EB.
Good luck on the Windows update.
Yeah, really.
I thought he went back to Peppermint 8.
Yeah.
That's pretty stable.
I thought he did too. I haven't seen anything on it or looked at his channel the last couple of days.
Well, he's been complaining it's extremely hot over in England. It's bloody hot over here, man. It's like the damn Mediterranean.
Well, my dad called today and he says it was hot. They were in Italy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's a bad science pickup line. Girl, you're so hot you denature my proteins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been about 105 degrees the last couple of days for highs.
That's hot.
Isn't it true though in Europe, particularly England, most homes do not have any type of air conditioning?
Yeah,
as
probably.
a rule.
Be using his because when I looked at his when he was complaining it was hot, he was like almost naked. He had no shirt on or nothing, and he was streaming. So he said he was cooking.
Some friends of mine rented a home from a woman who had grown up, I think, in England, and when she designed the home, it did not have air conditioning installed. She cooled the home with the home was kind of built differently, but she cooled the home in some way other than using air conditioning.
What do we got here? Next up, game consoles. Is there anything Google can't do badly?
No.
Those Googles.
What do you call the leader of a biology gang? The nucleus.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh.
That one's in.
Tom found a suggestive chemistry joke.
Yes, it's a suggestive chemistry. There was two of them, but the other one wasn't all that funny. This one's, what did the conservative biologist say? The only cleavage I want to see is at the cellular level.
Good one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, there's some bad ones. Oh, I'm not going to read that one.
Well, TOS read the weaponized fart thing, so
that actually sounds interesting. You know,
yeah,
so
it makes you wonder.
All right.
So-
I mean, if nah, yeah, like I said, I don't know.
So if I eat a box of fiber bars,
What?
I weaponize my, flatulence into what, a balloon?
No, it's got to be something like beans and rice, or buffalo wings or something.
You gotta make it smell right.
What is this? Microsoft invites everyone onto its Azure cloud. No, thank you.
It's funny how we went from farts to Microsoft, but that makes
It kind of makes sense, though.
Kind of does.
I know.
Kind of does.
Micro farts.
Right. Yeah. SBDs, remember those? Yeah.
So, what do you do with a sick chemist? If you can't heal him and you can't cure him, you might as well bury him.
Man.
Boy.
I'm reading a chemistry book about helium. I can't put it down.
Well, some of you put it down. 2 weeks ago, we had some good ones. Let's see. If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean that one person enjoys it?
My chemistry teacher told me to write 1,000 words on acid. My pen turned into a gorilla and the floor melted. Reminds me of my brother had these friends that were a little into that culture, and he's taken acid in English class, and the teacher tells him to read something. He says the words jump off the page and are out the door. He's like, I really can't.
Yeah. When I got out of high school, I lived with a group of guys in a house, and we would have parties on the weekend. And one weekend, some people that knew of the party showed up, and they had that substance with them. And one of our roommates walked in the room and went, "Oh, cool," and grabbed it and took a bite out of it. I mean, a full bite. Within about 15 minutes, he was running around, and he thought he was a glass of orange juice, yelling at people not to tip him over. So we finally got him settled down, and we got him up to his bedroom, threw him in his bedroom, seen him for a couple of days, and inside of his bedroom was a supply closet that had paints and stuff like that in it. And we hadn't seen him for a couple of days, and we went to check on him in his bedroom, I and the other roommates. Couldn't get the door open. Finally, we pushed the door open. He had gotten into the utility closet and gotten into dark gray, full oil-based paint. He opened the cans up, and he painted his room with his hands. I mean, he had gray paint from the end of his fingers up to his shoulders, and he had painted everything, the window, the light bulb, everything.
Wow.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, say no to drugs, man.
Pretty far out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the acid go to the gym to become a buffer solution?
Here's a one-liner. I want patience, and I want it now.
Mm-hmm.
It is a day for firm decisions, or is it?
Depends
Am
what
I
you make.
ambivalent? Well, yes and no.
Why does a hamburger have lower energy than a steak? because it's in the ground state.
Oh.
How many of you believe in telekinesis? Raise my hand. Oh, God. Welcome to Utah. Set your watch back 20 years. Ouch. Ouch.
Now, there's states in this country that are older than that. Did you hear oxygen and magnesium got together? OMG.
Man falls through fence with stolen gnome.
Failure is not an option. It's bundled with your software.
Oh,
I drive way too fast to worry about cholesterol. Oh, God.
Just running through it.
If at first you don't succeed, to destroy all the evidence that you tried. My conscience is clean. I never used it. Oh, God. That's a good one. I like that. Oh, God.
Yes, that is a good one.
Hey, DT. Yeah. On a real quick serious note, your last weekend you had a friend of yours that had a heart ailment. Are they doing okay?
Yeah. They spent 6 days in the hospital and they were released a couple of days ago. So
they were okay. Good, cool.
Yeah. So back home, probably be restricted to just stay home for a month or so before he can get back to living life, working again.
Cool.
But yeah, it's, it was pretty serious. He actually flatlined when they took him to the hospital. He was actually dead for a couple of minutes before they did their magic in the ER.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Got to give a shout out in the chat. We have Woo Young Jion. Hello from Seoul.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, sorry, have not been keeping an eye on the chat. Matthias, I know, came in. Hello from Sweden.
Wow, we're pulling in from pretty far away.
I know they like their funny stuff. What can I say?
Yeah.
I got lost in thoughts. It was unfamiliar territory.
What do you call a tooth in a glass of water? 1 molar solution.
I started with nothing, and I still have most of it.
Nothing?
What do dipoles say in passing? You have got a moment.
99% of lawyers give the rest a bad name. I would like to slip into something more comfortable, like a coma.
That does sound comfortable now and then.
Yeah.
I was in chemistry class today, and the teacher asked me to name an element. I stood up in front of her and shouted, "Ah!" So she said, "Oh God, what was that?" I said, "The element of surprise."
Good one. Which one of these is a non-smoking lifeboat? I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Would the premise be is that smoking will kill you?
I guess so.
What do you call a scientific plant? Chemistry.
What'd you guys come up with for a phone for Google?
Oh.
For a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you started out the you started a YouTube session here with something about building the perfect phone.
Yeah, that was the private chat. Not to spoil it, but there is no perfect Android or perfect smartphone today because it is impossible because of one piece of technology that has remained the same for 25 years. And I'll leave it like that.
The flux capacitor.
Exactly, yes. You're close, though. Yeah.
I don't have a Google phone, but I have a Google tablet here. It's a Samsung, powered by whatever they put in it. And I haven't powered this thing up in a year and a half.
I've never found Android to be stable, really. I mean, you talk about unstable operating systems. Android is very unstable.
That was not on my list of concerns. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was unstable early on, but I haven't really seen stability problems for a while.
Well,
iOS 12 to provide stronger 911 location help.
I don't know that was a problem. If at first you don't succeed, redefine success.
The problem is the iPhones kept calling 911.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. All these iPhones in the repair centers kept dialing 911. They still haven't figured it out. They'd get like 15,000 or 1,500 calls a month going to 911 servers from within the Apple factories.
That's weird. I hope my phone don't call 911.
Switch, you might like this one. I am an agent of Satan, but my duties are largely ceremonial.
Wow.
Which TV show does cesium and iodine like to watch together? CSI.
Of course. When everything's going your way, you're in the wrong lane and going the wrong way.
Oh my.
Okay. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Guess what it means? Get it? Spell it out. Sugar, honey, iced tea. The first letters of the words. Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Oh, yeah.
Now you get it. Okay. All right.
Why was the mole of oxygen molecules exited when he walked out of the singles bar? Because he got Avogadro's number.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What?
All right, so it's a mole of oxygen molecules because the mole utilizes Avogadro's number. You know, one mole is Avogadro's number. So apparently he got Avogadro's number. Walked out of the singles bar. It actually does make sense.
Maybe if we start telling people the brain is an app, they will start using it. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Why men's voice is louder than women? Men have an antenna. Haha. Let's see here.
But I mean, there's that old one. You know, it's this. Was it this guy's reading this article in his paper, and he looks at his wife and says, "Hey, honey, look at that. Scientific research just came out and said women talk twice as much as men." She says, "That's just because we have to repeat everything we say." He says, "What?"
My girlfriend is always stealing my t-shirts and sweaters, but if I take one of her dresses, suddenly we need to talk. Let's see what else we got here.
For some reason, the Toskini this flashed in my head again.
I don't want to know about a Toskini.
Yeah. Why did the blonde stare at a frozen orange juice can for 2 hours? Because it said concentrate.
Oh boy. Concentrate on the can.
Oh my God. On a scale of North Korea to America, how free are you tonight?
So when do you think we actually lost the control of this stream?
I don't know.
I don't think there ever was control of this stream.
Yeah, it's stream a la carte.
Uncle Guido was controlling the stream the whole time.
I don't know. It was the weaponized farting thing where it really went.
Yeah, that's about when it went south, wasn't it?
Okay, I think you'll like this. This is actually the cleverest joke of the night. Okay, here we go. After the helicopter crash, the blonde pilot was asked what happened. She replied, "It was getting chilly in here, so I turned the fan off."
Oh boy!
I got one for you, Toss. I got one for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I said to my friend, "Do you know protons have mass?" He said, "I didn't know they were Catholic."
Oh God. To all the 27 viewers watching, thank you.
And we're sorry.
Oh God. Look at the chat real quick. Do we say hello to everybody? I think we did. Yes, Will Young June, we said hello to you. Absolutely. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Snazzy Butterfly. I like that. All the way from Ohio. Which part of Ohio, man? Because I'm from Ohio. Anyway.
I think by looking at my clock, it's about time to close up.
Yeah, it's 1:08.
That's what I got.
I'm ready for bed.
I think I might have the ender here because in light of the funny boss, if the queen farts, is it a noble gas?
It's a royal gas.
I'll tell you a true story. There was a comic. He was invited to see the queen. This was like years ago. It was a famous. So the queen and this comic, they're taking a tour with the horse and buggy. Well, suddenly one of the horse farts, and the queen says, "Oh, I'm sorry." He turns and says, "Oh, I thought it was the horse."
Have you guys ever seen on YouTube? Have you guys ever seen the, Bud Light always did those funny commercials?
What's that?
Did you ever see the Bud Light commercial with the horse that farts?
No.
No.
What you need to do is you need to go to the YouTube homepage, and in the search type Bud Light horse fart, and watch the commercial. It is hilarious.
Okay.
It is absolutely hilarious.
I'll do that after we close this up. Bud Light horse farts.
Yep. Bud Light horse fart. Mm-hmm. It is hilarious.
So does that mean that drinking Bud Light causes flatulence?
Hang on for a second. I don't know. I want to make sure I've got it right here.
What do you call a clown in jail? Silicon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on, give me horse farts.
Hang on.
This is a commercial for 2013, evidently. Let's see if I can play it. All right. Okay. All right.
Is this like a winter scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the right one. I got so many YouTube things opened up in my browser.
Romantic, candlelight. Okay. Bud Light. The horse. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's funny. That's
funny. Did you have the sound on, TOS?
Yeah. I heard then her hair blows up. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
And the horse laughs. Oh God. And he says, "Do you smell barbecue?"
Yep.
I'll wait to watch it.
Okay, 2-minute warning for the chat. Hope everyone had a good time. Mm-hmm. It isn't always
it was awesome.
It isn't always, thank you. It isn't always about technology because that's kind of boring. I think if it's always one topic, we try to mix these up, especially Friday nights. So
I think everybody had a really good time.
I agree.
I think so. Yeah, I agree. Something different. Yeah.
So DT, what's next on your plate, distro wise?
Well, was checking out Arco Linux for Big Daddy tomorrow. That was their challenge this past week, is everybody was going to take a look at Arco. So I'm running Arco on one of the laptops.
That's what I did too.
So, other than that, nothing really planned.
TOS is
I ran Arco and I destroyed it.
Yeah.
TOS is still on the good old Ubuntu Mate.
On my main production machine, I don't want no surprises, man.
Except for Monday and Wednesdays, Monday is Microsoft Monday for TOS, and then of course we have Windows Wednesday. Is that
still the schedule? I don't do 2 Windows streams.
So you either do one or the other.
Usually, yeah. Usually.
I think the next distro I might look into is Manjaro Deepin.
Yeah, Manjaro is nice. Although if you want to use Deepin, you might check out Deepin.
Yeah, I ran Deepin last week or a couple weeks ago, and I had kind of trouble with it. It was really sluggish.
It is.
Downloading something was worse.
The mirrors are the problem.
Yeah.
And I had to get it from SourceForge because it wouldn't. I got a part of it with it running overnight trying to download it.
Yeah.
And we got switched to Linux. He is the Linux Mint King.
Yep.
What's next? What's next?
He has the most regular schedule. His videos are pretty on time.
Yeah, I try to keep it that way. Sometimes I think it's too on schedule, though.
You got to keep them guessing.
Got to keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Kind of be like Tux Digital, right?
Yep. They'll never know when you're going to fart and throw it at them.
Yep.
Yeah, and when that guy starts streaming, you don't know if it's going to be a half hour or 9.5 hours. So.
I would be actually very surprised, TOS, if Brian Lungduke actually contacted you.
Yeah, have you heard back yet?
Yeah, let me check.
Lungduke project.
You've been trying to get in touch with Brian?
Well, I'm a certified schmuck, so I figured he'd want to talk to me because since I'm a dual booter, you know. Yeah, I tried. Someone, my channel says he spoke to him or something, yeah, I haven't got. Oh, somebody sent me a joke. What's a Mexican's favorite sport? Cross country.
Oh boy.
It's funny, but it's not okay. That's one for him. I won't tell you who it is, but thank you. Thank you, Stephen. You had fun. Well, we had fun doing these. So, yeah.
Brian should give you a reply. You're a pretty strong internet figure.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it not as long as him, Grant, but I think 8 years and 2,000 videos, I think qualifies for semi exposure. I don't know.
Yeah, he should give a yes, a no, I don't have time, or at least 3 words.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if all of my subscribers bombarded him with the same email, talk to TOS, talk, you know, then he would get the message, you know.
I see Joe Collins put another video up after he said he was going to take a little break here last week.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a Linux video; it was turntable, you know, record player. I watched it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he did a really good review on that turntable because I do vinyl music myself. I have a tremendous
turntable. Sounds like you turned the tables on Linux.
I mean, I have vinyl records from when I was a kid.
Oh, by the way, TOS, I happen to have a YouTube channel myself. Basically, I started a new segment on my channel not long ago where I do one of my segments. I do Linux news, and the other one I do tech news, and it's been pretty good.
Okay. Mugen, you gave me an email at the AOI address.
Do you have an AOL address?
No, do I? I gotta look at my black book.
Wow.
AOL. Yeah, pull out the book.
Do I? Maybe I'm serious. I don't. Maybe that. I'm assuming that's what you meant, not the AOI, but AOL. Mugen?
Does AOL even still have users?
I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's like they faded away a long time ago.
Well, AOL is merged with Yahoo under Oath.
Oh, that Oath.
Okay.
I have one Ymail account from Yahoo, and I'm trying to bury it real fast. because they keep sending me this oath thing in the email, and I refuse to click on it.
It's like, you know what? Oath sounds very much like the mark of the beast.
Yeah, it's the same as the EULA for Windows.
Yeah.
You YouTubers there. Wuhong Jian this posted a comment slash question. I'm wondering whether I should start a Korean Linux channel and communicate globally via that channel. What's your advice or recommendation? I'll give you mine first because it's really quick. Do it. If there is a need for it, it will catch on. I'm not sure what the status of Linux channels or Linux itself is in Korea, but do it.
Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, make some videos and see if anybody's interested in it. Yeah.
Your time zone will give you your time slot when you actually get your viewers.
AOL is connected to my YouTube channel. It is. Yahoo is, and Gmail. I don't know, man.
The Gmail don't scare me as much as the Yahoo.
Yeah.
I used to have Yahoo, but I ditched it years ago. I don't even want any part of it.
Did somebody say Yahoo merged with AOL?
Well, AOL and Yahoo were both purchased by Verizon, and those two companies were combined under the Oath brand.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, got it.
If I'm correct, Tom, isn't Oath the one that released that very scary privacy policy a little while back?
Yeah, they send you an email in your Yahoo account, and they put several spots in this email where they beg you to click on it to accept their terms.
Well, I covered a little bit. Let's see, was that them or was that no? Hold on.
Yeah, you did shortly after you did this.
No, I covered that. I was trying to think what I did today. I was talking about App Nexus, but that's AT&T.
Right after you did that video, they come pestering me.
Yep. Yep. I did a detailed video on the Oath privacy and terms.
Because from what I remember, Oath states in their privacy, they look at pretty much literally everything.
Yep.
That is all I gotta say. Is that's just messed up.
Well, I guess they took an oath to steal your privacy.
Well, I haven't clicked on the agreement, and the email still works. They haven't cut it off.
Yeah.
I mean, they might one day randomly cut it off. So just make sure you have everything out of there you need at least.
Yeah. Brave browser spin. I think I still have it. Brave browser. Yeah.
Brave is okay. It's just I prefer Chrome or Firefox. That's just me.
I prefer WaterFox.
I use that. I use WaterFox on a daily basis on both my Windows side and my Peppermint side.
Tom has a really good tutorial how to merge it with your Linux distro and may have it be part of it.
I've actually watched it, and I use that exact strategy.
Yeah. And the downside is, of course, it doesn't update with the repository, so you might have to manually check for the updates.
Mine updates by it tells me when an update's available and allows me to download it.
Yeah, so if you turn on check for updates, it'll tell you when to do it. Yeah, but you have to do it manually. It's like so Windows.
It doesn't bother me because I just left Windows.
It doesn't bother me because I don't generally update software.
Jeez. Well, before we end this chat, don't forget to try cheddar jalapeno from Walmart for $1.
Yeah.
Not bad, actually.
Before you leave the chat, don't forget to try it. No, wait, hold on. Don't forget to look at the pretty kitty.
Pretty kitty. Hi, kitty.
My Walmart by me closed down due to lack of customers. Myers killed them.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting. I buy my clothes usually JCPenney. Anyway, a Jacques Penney. I shop at Jacques Penney.
I like pennies. They have nice clothes, really cheap. You can catch them on sale, and if you have a Penny's card, they take even more off.
Yep. Yep.
And you can get your clothes if you do it right cheaper than you can at Walmart.
You can resend the whatever you have for me at TotalOSToday1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com. Yeah.
Did you guys know that Toys R Us completely closed off all their stores a little while back?
Yeah, yep. I saw that. Yeah.
You know what? I walked into a Lowe's store to do some work, and I went through their tool department, and I noticed that they had a whole bunch of brand new toolboxes that said Craftsman on them in a Lowe's store.
That's because Sears sold off the Craftsman brand.
Well, it makes me wonder if Lowe's is going to warranty the Craftsman tools when they break.
If they sell it, they have to.
Probably, yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Toss, do you know what you topped out at as far as watchers tonight?
I think 40 something, I think.
You did? Okay. Because a few minutes ago we had 29 people watching and we have 29 thumbs up. Awesome job, guys.
Yeah.
Good job.
All of you in the chat, thank you.
Yeah, considering it wasn't all technology, but
I don't think it was technology at all.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't all. It wasn't any technology.
Well, we did say Android phones and some Debian and Linux Mint Cinnamon.
I think we answered 2 or 3 tech questions out of the chat.
Yeah, we did. There was some.
Yeah, Tom, you talked about physics. You can't get any more intriguing from a physics standpoint is how you can actually grab a fart and throw it.
You know what? We should do the science behind that.
Because look, this channel does not fart around. Let me tell you,
we don't.
Yes, we have a good panel here. So you people got questions out there in the chat.
That's right. That's right. This channel does not. It's not all hot air, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, can somebody pull my finger?
Someone made a comment about Craftsman was purchased by Stanley Tools. It's in the chat.
Okay.
House Jack.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I used to like Craftsman tools. I don't know if they're still any good. I don't
know. I get the feeling that some of their tools are made by the same company that makes Husky tools for Home Depot.
Okay.
Because I'm a tool kind of guy. I work with tools for a living.
Okay.
I have a whole company van out my driveway loaded full of my tools that I use for my job.
Nice.
Heather Brown that said you're full of hot air, Toss.
The trouble is, I tried to mention on Tom's chat that there are jobs out there in the skilled trade industry, and they do pay really good money. And
there's an interplay where I was kind of getting at with that comment is there's not as many jobs available as there's not enough jobs available that we can just if you don't like what Amazon's doing is where we were talking to just quit and find another job. We don't have enough jobs for that. There are indeed some good skilled jobs in the country, but there's not enough to support if everyone's getting screwed over by Walmart or Amazon or wherever else to leave and get them.
Well, my company does a lot of hiring and they do a lot of training too. The part is getting the person over the entry level area into being a journeyman.
I would think the number one problem is getting the person to pass the drug test.
That's also an issue too. A lot of the auto manufacturing plants I walk
in Ohio. Yeah,
I got one plant that opened 3 years ago and they've been through 3,000 people already.
Oh, wow.
Because of drug testing?
One of them's the drugs. Another one is the plant's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and nobody gets a day off.
Holy cow.
My Lord.
Yeah, and that's essentially slave labor.
Yeah.
Even if it pays well, you know.
Yeah.
If it's by choice, that's one thing because a lot of people like to pull the overtime.
Yeah.
There's a handful of people there that actually do like the work and they want to pay off all their bills and everything really fast, and that's their thinking.
You know, years ago when I was in school, when I was finishing my degree, I worked third shift, and I actually went to school full time. I pulled 18 credits per semester, and I worked full time on third shift. And historically, with that company, they were a semiconductor manufacturer. Historically, their best retention was people on third shift. The overall retention, because people would come in and work third shift, and the company at that time, they were doing very well, had full tuition reimbursement, books, tuition, everything. So people would come in, work third shift, go to school during the day, get done with their degree, and then they would transition off of third shift into less of a manufacturing position and into more of a professional position within the company. But they retained more employees off of third shift long term than they did anywhere else.
That's kind of third shift. You're talking about midnights, right?
Yeah, I work when it can be 10 to like 6:30 or.
That's a shift I could not do when I tried factory work, and I actually worked in a blow molding factory on midnights. And it got so tedious doing the same thing over and over again. I hit the stop button on the machine after 2 months, walked out, never came back to get my check.
Wow.
I just couldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I doing here? This is like slave labor.
I liked it because of the tuition reimbursement. That was good for me. I worked from between 9 and 9:30 until 6:30 in the morning, and then I went to school from 7:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon.
My God, did you even sleep, or did you do it at work?
No, I was able to do a little bit of homework at work. I was a process engineering technician, and I didn't have to spend my entire night in the clean room, so I was able to sit at a desk and work on homework. But I did that for 26 months to finish my degree.
Wow.
And but when I got done with it, it was tougher getting done with it and trying to transition back to a normal life. That took me a couple of months, and it was
because your body is used to that mindset. Yeah.
I had stomach problems. Of course, I had sleep problems. I mean,
my Lord.
Well, hopefully after this stream, Tim, you'll sleep better tonight, my friend. So
I need to. I think it was about 3:30 or so this morning that I finally fell asleep. We've just had so many things going on.
Oh, you fell asleep 2 hours before I got up to go to work.
Yeah, and then I was
5:30.
But then I was up 2 hours after you went to work.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I'm ready for bed. Joe, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're leaving. Nothing personal.
Away.
Man, it's about time.
Don't forget, when you turn the stream off alive, I'll tell you about the Tostitos on fire.
Okay, Francisco. All right, guys, we'll catch you sometime this weekend, probably. Thank you, everyone, here in the chat, of course, live. Support the channel, yada, yada. Okay, all right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Take care, guys.
Good night, guys.